Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of Fan Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have 100% RC and Professor Flowers with us tonight. Fellas, what's happening?
Man, it's been an eventful day in sports. We lost two legends today, so I'm telling you, gotta be
with we send our condolences to the Mutombo family and Pete Rose. That's
what I hate?
Crazy. Two legends.
I hate when someone passes away and then you hear all these great things. I had no idea that Dikembe Mutombo was loved like this. Now that he passed, right? All the people coming out talking about him, man. I think we need to do a better job of speaking to people why they're here, because I know you're honoring his legacy, but that probably do a lot for the living, Yeah. Pete Rose probably going to Hall of Fame now, guys. You know how humans are. He died, and then they probably put him in the Hall of Fame. Yep. And then Dikembe, I had no idea Dikembe was. I knew he was doing some stuff, but he was. Man.
Yeah, I didn't know he had brain cancer. I guess they kept it between the family.
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah.
And kept it hush hush. Yeah, respect their wishes. But man, we sad about the deaths of those two. It's crazy thinking about the age we grew up, man, seeing these guys play. Well, not really Pete Rose, but Mutombo kind of make you think about life and where you at now. Put a lot of stuff in perspective for sure. So let's go ahead and dive into it, boys. Alabama beat Georgia 41-34. Were y'all shocked?
No.
Dang, Georgia Bulldogs like, what? Okay, y'all one shot. Flowers, man. What did you think of the game?
Actually, you know what? I was shocked that Alabama jumped out on them so quick like that in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Far as the win overall, I wasn't shocked because Kirby he struggles against Alabama, and before the season started, we all said that this Alabama team is good. Still a lot of talented kids on this team, under a new regime. You just think Georgia, just looking at Georgia over the past month, it just, with them losing all the players they've lost within the last 2 years, it doesn't seem like the same thing. They just got a rude awakening. They came back, I give them credit, but man, just looking at that game Saturday, the Ryan Williams kid, the wide out, spectacular. Jalen Milroe, great chance to win the Heisman, in my opinion. Alabama, man, they're honestly, I think they have to play Texas. Other than that, who really can beat them?
Yeah, man, I was shocked how Alabama jumped on Georgia like that. It was 21-0. You just blink your eyes, and it was 27. It was just a matter of just time. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, Beck, I was right. I don't think he has the tools just to, especially being down like that, to just go back and forth with Jalen Milroe. I mean, the Alabama guys were flying all around the field, making plays, and Georgia receivers like they just couldn't make the catches when they needed to, especially in big moments downfield. They just couldn't bring the ball in. The Alabama corners were all over them. And we seen the Ryan kid, Williams, 17 years old, bro.
Yep.
That stop and cut. Man, I just like go ahead and go sit me down, coach. Go on, sit me down.
His uncle's from Hattiesburg.
Okay. Jeez, that kid's amazing.
But
RC, go ahead.
I'm gonna make a bold statement. I think Georgia scoring 34, coming back like that. That's a sign of things that come when it comes to Alabama. I was impressed, but I wasn't, because I'm gonna tell you why. You got South Carolina coming up, they 3-1. You got Tennessee, they 4-0. You got Missouri, they 4-0. It's the SEC. You got LSU, they're 4-1. That's who all Alabama got to play coming. And I just think, each conference you're gonna see who you're gonna see, unless you're Ohio State, because whoever did their schedule, they ain't played nobody. They're like Ole Miss. I knew once the minute Ole Miss played somebody, it was gonna go like this, because when you schedule like that, and then the way the SEC is really tough. It's really tough, man. And I think Georgia's going to be fine. I think Bama's going to be fine. I think they may play each other again in the national championship. That's how impressed I am with both. But to say that Bama won't get a blemish, they will. And nobody will go undefeated. And I think Georgia probably got another loss coming. I think Tennessee is a problem too. I think Ole Miss may beat Georgia. It's just that conference is too tough. I don't know why Oklahoma and Texas decided to go over there. I'd have left that alone, because it's a tough gun to run. You're gonna be beat up. Do you realize they may play each other 3 times? Let's say they both make it to the SEC championship game, Alabama and Georgia. Then they can play each other in the playoff again. That's a lot, man. That's asking a lot.
And we saw Ole Miss get taken down by Kentucky. I watched that game. It was like Ole Miss, that 71, 60 points they were put on them no-name colleges. Now they weren't doing that. Kentucky was all over them, getting to Dart. Dart was looking flustered. I was just like, man, this is the SEC for real.
Told you this a month ago, man. Told you a month ago. Ole Miss ain't played nobody. Just give them a month. Let that month wear off. As soon as they hit SEC play, boom.
Yeah, right. And that's what happened with Georgia. I always feel like Georgia was just like they haven't played the right opponent, especially with how Alabama is built with Jalen Monroe, where he can run and pass. I think Georgia hadn't really seen that, and they took advantage of that defense, the way he ran that offense on them. And I think that, to be honest, they were kind of shocked about Monroe pushing the ball downfield on them early. I think they were kind of taken away by that.
I was impressed by him, man. Listen. Them type of quarterbacks terrify the shit out of me. Them kind that can run and throw as accurate. He looks. I knew when Coach DeBoer go over there, knowing he coached Penix Jr. He's a quarterback guy, so I knew he was gonna get him together. But damn, did he get him together? He got him together quick. He looks really good.
Right, he really does. We saw T right in the chat say Jalen Monroe Heisman. So who's the best quarterback in the country, in y'all opinion? We'll go with URC. Who's the best quarterback?
I'm going with Shedeur Sanders. If you take Shedeur Sanders and put him in Alabama or Georgia, it's gonna be. I think he's just as good as Carson Beck and just as good. Might be better than Jalen Monroe. You gotta understand. I'm grading paper different. I'm watching my guy Cam down there take his time handing the ball off. He don't fear nothing behind that offensive line. But I think it's Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders, clear cut, is the best quarterback in the country, because he's having to do it with less talent up front.
That's true. What about you, Flowers?
The same. I was frowned upon when I said this a few weeks ago. Shedeur's the better quarterback. I think we're talking about Carson Beck and him. Carson Beck, to me, it's just something about him I don't like. I don't like his delivery, for one. I knew the first interception he thrown when he threw that RPO pass in the corner, he threw it right to the corner. I ain't like his motion then, but I feel like people like Carson Beck, he has behind a lot of talent, so you really don't see the real Carson Beck. Now you've seen him in the first half, of course, but somebody like Shedeur, and I'm always impressed. I will be forever always impressed with kids that started at a lower level and raise up, and they bring what they brought from a lower level to another level. I can say that about Jahmyr Gibbs. That's with the Lions now. I was big on that. But Shedeur, what he did at Jackson State wasn't a fluke. And for him to move up to Colorado, I understand all the loudness and, everybody thinks it's a gimmick, but Shedeur can play, man. He's a pro-style quarterback playing in college right now. He makes his reads look quick. He's accurate. What more can you ask for? If you put him on Alabama or Georgia, if you put him on Georgia, they beat Alabama, in my opinion. I know I'm quite sure a lot of people won't agree with me, when I say that, but Shedeur is the better quarterback.
Right. I think Shedeur has something that I say Jalen Monroe don't have, and I say even Cam Warren don't have. I feel like Shedeur have poise. He looks comfortable. He looked relaxed back there in the pocket.
We watch that kid get beat up every week. He takes hits. He gets right back up and he plays. I like that.
He has very poise, and he stay in there to make them throws. So a lot of GMs are watering their mouths right now over Shedeur, especially how things have been turning out in the NFL in certain states like Jacksonville, cities like Jacksonville, Tennessee. Will Levis again throwing the interception right down the middle.
He's out the game. If you don't know, he got knocked out.
Shoot, man, that's crazy. All right, so I know y'all heard the story of Richard Sherman and Travis Hunter, right? He called Travis Hunter bland, but he gave him a lot of praise before that. And I don't know why he used the word bland, but that's what he used to describe him. So Hunter came out with a bland shirt on, and somebody showed it at the game this past weekend. I have a video right here, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. So Cam Newton showed up. He talked to Hunter. Hunter didn't want nothing to do with him. He waved him off like, bruh, like, I ain't trying to hear nothing he said. So he meets Shedeur in half of in the middle of the field. And it seemed like Shedeur said something after they shook hands, and Cam Newton just kind of like what?
Blew it off.
Blew him off. He blew out Cam Newton, and Cam Newton's mouth was like open. Literally, he was standing there with his mouth open, like, what in the world? So what is going on with these players and people who have podcasts and analysts that they feel some type of way when they get criticized or they get talked about? Let's start with you, RC.
Well, I think they uber sensitive. I wouldn't look at the whole thing, and I think with Travis, it was more they were playing. Well, Shedeur, they said something they embraced and said something close. And then I've seen his press conference. He took it personal. Shedeur takes everything personally, like his daddy. I mean, you do all that loud shit you do, and then when someone critique you in any shape, form, or fashion, you take it personal. Why not take it personal like Michael Jordan takes it personal and go out and just bust their ass versus being, Cam Newton is doing what people was doing to him, and people reacting how he was reacting, acting immaturely. Cam called him immature. Cam says a lot of things. The stuff that Cam says about people is what people said about Cam. It's crazy now that the tables have turned, but I think Shedeur needs to have thicker skin. It comes along with being great. It comes along with being a Sanders. And so you need to just drop your nuts and understand that people going to come for you. You out here with money signs on your wristband. You got an actual song that plays in the stadium. You got all this stuff that comes along with it. Ain't nobody going to praise you all the time. And then with Travis Hunter coming out with the bland shirt. Listen, dude, I'm going to be real with y'all. Anybody think he can do what he's doing in the NFL is crazy. That's a lot of snaps. You're putting yourself at higher risk for injury. Do you see how many injuries across the NFL? That's more chances to hurt Travis Hunter or get hurt. So to the original question, I think Shedeur just being sensitive, man. Just shake back. What about you, Flower? What you think?
I agree with you, but I also understand. Well, let me start with Travis. I feel like he's too far and looking into the internet to be worried about what Richard Sherman is talking about. I wouldn't pay Richard Sherman no mind if I was Travis Hunter. Now Shedeur, on the other hand, I agree with you as far as, you know, he got light skin, you gotta get tougher skin. But with this Cam Newton stuff, my wife showed me this the other day, and I had to go back and see, okay, what did Cam say about Shedeur? It's fine when you critique people, but when you get to comparing your career to his, now I can kind of see where it will rub Shedeur the wrong way. I mean, if you're on the sideline, just be on the sideline. But of course, Cam Newton wants to make it about himself.
Yep.
When he brought up talking about himself, and for you to go to the game and just think, you know, Shedeur is going to be open arms to you, that's foolish, man. You can't, because you can't sit up here and say something online critiquing the kid and saying what you said, and then go down on the field and expect the man to shake your hand. You know, I just don't understand Cam's angle with that. You know, stand on what you say. I'm quite sure that's what Shedeur told him. You know, stand on what you say. Don't come out here and try to, you know, be buddy with me now. You know, I just don't understand Cam's approach with this. He can't think that these younger players, look at him as some kind of icon, because everybody doesn't. Quite sure people respect what he did, but I'm quite sure in Shedeur's case, Shedeur's probably looking at it like, you Cam Newton, so what? You know, I'm sure, you know, I'm the next thing. So, you know, he probably looks at it a certain way.
I agree with that.
So, you think Cam just took it too far by comparing what he did and what Shedeur is doing now?
I don't want to say
Cam needs to sit down somewhere, man.
I just like Cam just used it to, you know, bring the conversation back, talking about him when he made a comparison with him. Cam Newton can't compare what he did in college to what Shedeur is doing.
No,
two different
stories. You know, there's no need for Cam Newton to compare his career and Shedeur's. There's no need.
But you know what's crazy though? It's always infighting when it comes to us, man. It's always something, man. It's like, you know, sometimes I feel like that's the only news they have is the news we provide. If we ain't doing dumb shit, they wouldn't have nothing to talk about. You know, if we ain't always at each other or making each other feel some way about stuff, man, there would be nothing to talk about. We are really good. We provided with so much content. So much.
Exactly. It's just like when you get behind a mic, you kind of just start talking just to be talking, because it real easy to get loose behind a mic because you relax, you just talking at will. And I feel like Cam Newton, that's like his biggest thing. He loves to talk. He loves himself. So any chance he can talk about himself and other players. Bro. And I just felt like if Cam Newton heard the things I said about him, he probably won't walk up to me. If I walk to him, he probably won't shake my hand. So I don't know why he expect to have that same reaction to what he said about Shedeur. So it's just a two-way street, man. Behind the mic, you got to stand by what you say.
My biggest gripe with him, though, it was hot as three hells in Florida, and he out there fully poloed Nautica down with boots on the field. That might be what Shedeur said when he got close. Nigga, I know.
Hey.
Bro, I know you hot as hell. I know you hot as hell. Because you got to understand, bro, like, he out there with a sweater tied around his waist. He got a hat on, and I saw Mark Ingram earlier on that show. If you saw the pregame, Mark Ingram was sweating all of his back and on his pants. Yeah. So I know damn well Cam Newton has sweated his clothes out.
He's stuck in the wrong era. He's still wearing polo. Geez, right. Like Young Dro.
Hey, can't talk to me. I'd have been like,
I know Doctor. I see him.
I'd have been like, Ninja, I know you hot as hell.
Polo down. That's him.
I'd have said a whisper. But it's the way he walked off, like a disappointed mom or parent or something.
Right. He's like, the nerve.
Yeah. He's a bully. He's like Shaq. He's a bully. If he can get on your feet, he will.
All right, let's shift gear. Y'all want to see the AP poll?
They're gonna give us top 10.
All right. It's like, got it right here. Number 1 is Alabama. Number 2, Arch Manning. He's a future first round pick. Well, he's a first round pick, but number 1 overall pick.
I'm quite sure he'll be a top 10, but I need to see more from Arch. They haven't played anybody. I think people I think people just jumping the gun too quick. I'm not trying to say the kid can't play, but I mean he's played the University of El Paso and who else in Mississippi State. I need to see Arch against some real competition. He's not the backup for for a reason. I'm not like I said. I'm not saying he can't play. Quinn Ewers beat him out for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen Arch have mistakes. With these interceptions. Like I say, Texas is just a better team. I want to see him play against competition, but I'm quite sure Quinn Ewers will be back pretty soon.
All right, number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, Tennessee.
Damn, hold up. Ohio.
You know what?
I want to tell you something.
Where's Justin? Oh, there's Justin in the background. There he is.
Hold on. Bring him on. I got something for him.
Look, he smiled. Look, he got the 70 mustache, looking like he worked for the fire department.
Hey, bro, listen. He look like a Buckeye. We did save dollars here. I was saying he look just like a Buckeye. Let me tell you something.
I'm been catching jokes.
Listen on the show. Welcome, my brother. But I want you to know I got a little history lesson for a little educational thing for you. Follow me.
What you got?
And not spell cocksucker without OSU. That's for you. Take that to the bank. Go blue. Man, Mark, who y'all put that? Y'all put that. Who they play?
Hey, man.
Hey, you play for the Yankees, bro. Like, what you doing?
Bro, you look like
about to hit a few home runs, man.
Look like he'd be on third base.
Yeah. Oh man.
Boy, yeah, I'm so happy. Listen. When the Broncos won, man, I stood up. Why you standing up? I don't even know. Most teams just won. The Broncos just upset the shit out of the Jet. I know he happy. Bro, listen.
Yes, sir.
And then I thought about one more person, Most. I thought about the guy we gonna have to deal with in the corner bragging about the damn coach.
Yep. Soon I seen the final. Soon I seen the game end. I sent out the chat. I seen the text of the chat. I'm like,
Here we go.
All right, number 5, Georgia. Number 6, Oregon. Number 7, Penn State. Number 8, Hurricanes. Number 9, Missouri. Number 10. Yep, number 10, Michigan.
Come on, bro. We going down after this week, though. Ain't no way in hell we gonna keep going 32 yards. I don't know. It gets. I think we got Washington. Yeah, we play Washington.
Not gonna beat Washington.
We're gonna run the ball 1,000 times. He did throw the ball for 78 yards, so we're getting better every week.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, let's shift gears to some NBA. Let's go on to fast break, shall we? So the Knicks had a trade yesterday. They sent Julius Randle and Dante. What's his Dante last name?
Dimitrenko.
Yes, they sent him and Randle to the Timberwolves, and they sent Cat to the Knicks. What's it known? Who won that trade?
I feel like on paper both teams did, but I don't know if Julius Randle is 100% healthy, then Timberwolves won that trade for sure. But if Cat is consistent, because I get it, Knicks need more. They need more offensive power, especially when you have Tom Thibodeau as your coach, and so hopefully with Cat they'll be able to space the floor out, and he'll knock down the threes. But if Randle is healthy, Timberwolves got this all day long.
Ooh, Flowers. Who you think won trade?
I'm with most on this. I think it's an even trade, don't get me wrong, but if Randle is healthy and can match Anthony Edwards and Divincenzo with the scoring that's been brought along in Minnesota now, I think they win the trade. Karl-Anthony Towns fits in New York. I mean, we've heard whispers about it since last season. This was the trade we thought that would happen. It'd be Randle for Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns, like I say, he fits with the Knicks. Spacing, I think, could help Mr. Robinson comes back, you can stick him at the 4. He doesn't have to, get gritty and nasty with the bigs. He can stay at the 4 and place the 4. But with Bronson and company, and you add him in that mix, and the Knicks ought to be pretty legitimate. Especially when I see the news of, I think Embiid lost 25 to 30 pounds. So Embiid, he's ready to go. So they need, New York needs a big to be able to match Boston and the Knicks as far as, offensive efficiency. So I think both teams, it served them justice on both sides.
What you think, RC?
I think the move was probably shocked the hell out of Julius Randle right after he built that court and donated and dedicated it to Nick Great. That he probably thought he was going to be there, but they say Cat was even more shocked. So let's see how he responds to that, because I believe he probably like being in Minnesota. But far as both teams, I think the Knicks won in this because now that means Gobert gonna get to play more, and that's probably great for the entire NBA because Gobert is limited on the offensive end, but he's good on defensive end, and that means he's gonna have to guard bigs, but more frequently. He's gonna be on the floor more frequently, unless they go with Nazir, unless they play him more. But anywho, I like it for the Knicks because Knicks are so defensive minded, and this just gives them more offensive firepower. And then let's see how the guards play with him, because I don't know if he has played with a group of players this defensive minded. Those guys in Minnesota might have been close to. The Knicks are just different. They play together, and they're a better team than Minnesota, I think, when they're healthy. But I like it for both sides. Minnesota, though, I want to see how they look now. Is Ant finna turn into Michael Jordan for real and just, take all the shots? Because Cat was taking shots. So who's the other offensive guy that they have in Minnesota that you can truly, rely on now that Cat is gone?
All right. Well, I guess we should see, because how far you think?
Hold on, before we move on. Who y'all think the other offensive piece in Minnesota?
It should be Randall. Randall can average you.
So now that I'm really thinking about it, y'all know Randall a ball stopper. Yeah, somebody need to tell Ant what he getting on this team. It's gonna be, he gonna dribble the air out the damn ball and then pass it to Ant when the shot clock runs out. But
I mean, Minnesota could have another I guess offensive minded player in mind, but I don't know. It's just, I mean, you got Jayden McDaniels, Devchenko. I don't know.
Well, they ran into that problem last year in the playoffs. They didn't have no scoring.
They could have used it.
Yeah. I remember Cat disappeared for 2 games. Well, for 3 games, really. Yeah, I don't know. Randall gonna be enough scoring for the Timberwolves. I think they probably need another wing that can score.
It takes him too long to score to get a shot off.
It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I feel like the Timberwolves are still in the same spot. I don't feel like they just got 3 times better. Yeah, I feel like Knicks need it, especially in the East. All right, let's dive in to some. Well, y'all saw LeBron and Bronny Jr. Which is Laker Day. What you want to call that day?
Media Day.
It's Media Day.
Yeah, Media Day. They had Media Day. I almost threw up. All this Lakers. It was just LeBron on my feed, on my whole timeline. I'm like, yo,
I don't like people telling me I should. If I don't agree with something, I'm hating on him. Like, I don't like that. Like, when I'm picking on you about Sean Payton, you're spot on about Sean Payton greatness. We're spot on about LeBron James greatness. But just everything they do don't mean we have to agree with it, right?
Right.
Like, he's no better father than anybody on this panel. He's no better man than anybody on this panel. Just because he's doing this for his son, because he can. But, let's see how it goes. I think that the move that them screwed the Lakers up, you let Russell Westbrook go to the Nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Team. I mean,
you heard what Aaron Gordon said, right? He said he gonna take every ounce of his power to win Westbrook a ring.
Yeah,
well, let's see about that.
Let's see.
Westbrook be actually. I think that was actually a good move for the Nuggets because he can actually run the second team. That was they were lacking last year. You know, when Murray or Jokic went out, even kind I forgot the other kid's name. He was having a bad playoff run. So MJP, he was having a bad run.
They need to trade Michael Porter Jr. in my opinion.
Yeah, he was off, man. His 3 shots weren't falling at all, and that's what he's there for, to shoot threes.
I would say yes and no. It's just that Michael Porter Jr. needs to be more consistent, in my opinion. Just tad bit more consistent. Because when he's off, man, it affects everything with Denver. I feel like most of the time he's the X factor. And he could get you 15, 20, but when he's not knocking down shots, it messes up the whole team.
And rebounds.
I just feel like
on boards.
And get better assets. They can get a 2-for-1 for what they getting out of him if they traded him. That's all I'm saying. Get you two good role players for what because he wants to be somebody that takes shots. So send him to somebody that he can go get his 20 shots a game, and y'all give me two good pieces back that I can put on this.
Is his game too one-dimensional?
Well, his role is too one-dimensional for the Nuggets. I think he can do more. That's
what you say, RC?
You feel like that about Russ?
About Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, RC. Do you think he's just too much? Do you think his game, not the role per se, but just his game? Do you think it's just too one-dimensional? Because I mean, other than shooting, what else can he do?
Right.
He don't really have an off the dribble game.
He's like
those injuries. Those injuries did a number on Porter Jr. Like when you injured your back, bro. When you injured your back, he talked about that last year. That a lot of people don't know he had to change his game because of his back injury. So we're probably seeing all that he can really give at this point in his career. I mean, when you hurt your back and your knees, that's tough, man. I didn't know he had a major back injury like that.
Yeah, well, Alonzo, he came out and said he had basically a new knee. So I guess we will see. He said he should be good to go at the beginning of the season.
I hope so.
Wish him well. All right, let's move on to the NFL. The game picks will be shown this Thursday, not today. But I can tell you how many picks I have right so far. Flowers leading the way with 10. Me and Gatwood are tied with 9. RC, you have 8. Tyler has 7, and Randy has 6.
Come on, Flowers.
Well, what Gatwood saying? He said you're dead. He like, that's it for you, ain't it?
I was cooked.
Yeah, he said cooked, roasted. Yeah, but you have 10, and we still have 2 more games to go, so you might finish with 12.
Lions up 21-7, Titans 9, Dolphins 3.
You said Dolphins 3?
Yes, Tyler Huntley's the quarterback.
Yeah, I took the Titans because they can't move the ball without a quarterback. That offense is built around a quarterback that can hit them throws and get the ball as quick as possible.
Wait, you talking about Tua?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
they main starter is out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Tua, they don't have a quarterback that can get the ball out. They quick on timing.
I thought Huntley would do the job though tonight.
Yeah, he will eventually. He just getting used to the offense. But let me say this, man. When I watch coaches struggle without their quarterback, and then I see what Kyle Shanahan has done, I have to rethink my process about Kyle Shanahan. Because, hey, bro, 90% of the NFL, they lose their quarterback, their season is over, except Kyle Shanahan. He's proven that he can win with being playing quarterback. He can win with being playing quarterback. Long as being to listen. Come on.
Sean Payton had 4 different quarterbacks and missed the playoffs by 1 game. We had Ian Book starting, guys.
Listen,
Ian Book starting.
Historically, he ain't Kyle Shanahan. He won with a Hall of Fame quarterback. This is what I'm going to tell you. Kyle Shanahan is winning with the worst quarterback for a scouted in the draft. He went to a Super Bowl with that, and then he went with a washed Jimmy Garoppolo. And then I'll be honest with you, I believe Josh Dobbs could take the 49ers to the playoffs. I just really do, because that dude can coach, man. He can coach. He just can't win the big game, but he can coach quarterback.
Well, RC, the Ravens beat the Bills 35-10.
Yeah.
King Henry went off.
Almost.
I think he had 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Well, all purpose, I think he had 206, somewhere around there. I thought you'd like to hear the stats and everything. So, RC, you said King Henry was basically his reign is over, but he looked like he still got some juice left.
It is. Listen, bro. Do you expect this out of him every game? Do you think he can be? I didn't ever say
great games.
I didn't say that he couldn't consistently. I'm saying what he was in Tennessee, he's not gonna be that now in Baltimore every game. I don't fear King Henry. I don't fear King Henry. No, I shouldn't. Because I'm gonna tell you why. A team gonna load the box and ask that guy to be quarterback again. It's just Buffalo don't have the players. Like, did you see when DeMar Hamlin, he made a light decision, a business decision when it was time to tackle King Henry. He ran behind his own guy. I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. He literally ran behind his own guy. All I could think about was, we can laugh about this now. I'm glad he's fine. But dude said, I'm not doing that shit again on national TV. I will not get knocked out on TV again. I'm gonna get behind my guy. That shit was funny. Did y'all see that, or did I just see that wrong?
I didn't see.
You talking about the 87-yard run?
Yep, when he ran down, he ran in the hole, then he got behind this guy. He was like, "Oh shit!" It's like, no,
I didn't see
that angle.
I saw when King Henry hurt one of the Bills players, ran right over. He went tackling low and knocked him out the game. And I guess later, we done. We ain't tackling this guy, and that's exactly what happened. Flowers, what do you think? What the how the Ravens put that plan together? What do you think the Bills should have done in that game?
Honestly, I just think the Bills ran into a buzzsaw. It's the NFL, man. When you win 3 games and you come up on a game like this, they go to Baltimore. Baltimore got starting off slow. Baltimore just pretty much showed us that they're still one of the better teams in the league. I just think Baltimore if you look at the rosters, man, they got more dudes than Buffalo, especially on the defensive side, man. Josh Allen was running around for his life. The thing about Baltimore, man, you got to be able to match that physicality. And if you can't match it on the line of scrimmages, man, on both sides, you're in for a long day against Baltimore. But Josh Allen, he can only do so much, man. They're running him off his spots, got him running around like a madman. Josh Allen can't be taking all these hits, I don't care how big and strong he looks, man. It takes one hit in a particular spot to ruin your season. So, I just think they ran into a buzzsaw. I think Baltimore has kind of figured out how they want to use Derek. When you line them up in shotgun, you probably think it's going to be a zone read and Lamar is going to keep it. But what they've done now, instead of lining up on the center, let's go pistol. Let's hand it off to Derek. And that seems like that's more effective as far as with Derek's running style. He can play in the shotgun, but like I say, you want to be able to hand the ball off so you can get that big train, to going downhill. And that was the case last night.
Yeah, I think actually the Ravens match up pretty perfectly to Buffalo. And that just showed that the skilled players that Buffalo have is just not enough. They can't rely on a young Kenan Coleman. They can't rely on Shakir to be the number 1 receiver for them. And I think they knew that. They know the Bills like to run 2 tight end system, so they matched up pretty well versus that. We saw the rookie corner from Clemson, I think it's from Nate Williams, had an outstanding game in the secondary. Josh Allen didn't have a pass that was over 10 yards until the second half. So that tells you something. They was in control of the game from when it first started. And I think they knew they had to take control and punch the Bills in the mouth and let them know, we here to play smash my football. What's up, RC?
So I always tie things, when I connect the dots with each one of the hardballs, including now with Michigan, with Harbaugh being there all the way back to the 49ers when he was there. The Harbaugh brothers get it. They're the only ones playing a certain style of football. They're going to run the football, and they're going to play good defense. It works. It travels. it's tough to deal with. And so every now and then, when I see a game like that, where they just physically manhandle other grown men and then run the ball over their face, I'm not surprised, because that's the hardball. You know, I actually seen the dad come in there, John Harbaugh's dad come in there, and they say this saying, "Who has it better than us?" Like they breed physicality. They love physicality. So I'm not surprised about what I see the Ravens doing. It's just look around, pay attention to anything connected to the Harbaughs, and that's their style. So I look for them to go far playing that way.
Most so known, was this a statement win by the Ravens?
Statement win? Man, I'm not really worried about the Ravens. You know, until I see what they do for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Then I'll probably start taking them seriously.
Yeah. Take them serious.
All right. Dallas beat the Giants 20-15. RC, is Dable gone after this year?
Of course. I think there should be a rule in the contract of anybody that's ever coached on Bill Belichick. They need to have a portion of their salary need to be given back to the team that they coaching for, because them coaches be all the same. Like I watched Gerard Mayo, same thing yesterday. It's just a bland brand of football. Bad quarterback play, pretty good defense, scrappy, but just hard to watch. And I think it's time to move on from Daniel Jones. I fought long and hard. Remember that hot ass grease I talked about? Trying to drop his ass in. Because my issue with Daniel Jones is, listen, what happened to the Daniel Jones that got out of the pocket when things broke down? What happened to the Daniel Jones? I know he's mentally not the same player and probably need to change the scenery like Sam Darnold, but it's time. And then also they're wasting Thibodeau. I think it's if that's his last name, Thibodeau. Thibodeau. They're racing that guy's talent. They're racing, guys that can actually play the games, time and talent. So it's time to move on, blow that thing up, and bring in Bill Belichick.
Flowers, you think who's to blame for the Giants' mess?
I go a step above. You gotta blame management for it, man, because they're the ones making the decisions at the end of the day. Dable. I don't think Brian Dable's a bad coach. He's probably not a head coach, better offensive coordinator. The Giants just can't fit. The Marr family just can't figure it out with the Giants. They got one good offensive lineman, the left tackle, Andrew Thomas. The run game is poo. I mean, if you keep Saquon Barkley, you probably, you might be 2 or 3 games up if you would have kept Saquon. I never understand to this day why you wouldn't keep a guy like that. Now he's in Philly bailing out. Well, he's going to be key to bailing out Sirianni if he survives. The only reason Sirianni will survive is because of Saquon. David could have rode that coattail also. But Dan Jones, for the past 2 weeks, really hadn't been that bad. You can't honestly say that his wideouts let him – well, he dropped some balls Thursday playing Dallas, because I feel like they should have won that game. Even though I picked Dallas, but Dan Jones hasn't really been that bad. Like I said, you get like RC says, you get these quarterbacks some time, they can do something with it. But people like Dan Jones just got to be a better team around them, and first and foremost, they got to fix that offensive line. And you can't go from having one of the best backs in the league to nothing now. And expect Daniel Jones to guide you to victory. So like I said, I gotta blame the Marr family for that.
Yeah, they should have known to take Saquon. I know it's a quarterback league, but like I always say, you can find you another Daniel Jones. You can find you a younger guy that you probably won't have to pay that much in the draft, right? But they stuck on that road and went with Daniel, and now they stuck with bad football for I don't know how many years that they've been sticking up for a long time, and it just shows you that they don't know what they're doing. I think it's time for a change. I feel bad for Dable, because I feel like he just don't have the right pieces yet. And Josh Allen give him a lot of credit, back in Buffalo, so he must know something. And I just feel like what he want to do, he can't do with the personnel he have. And that's partially his fault and the GM's fault. They bring in Devin Singletary thinking, I don't know what what he gonna do on the field. He had 14 carries for 24 yards, and that tell you all you need to know. So I don't know what direction they thought they were going in, but it's clearly going backwards, and it's time for them to make a change, a lot of changes. I don't know where on the offense side of the ball, defense side of the ball, but they gotta figure out something. Most of them, would you draft a quarterback, even though you just paid Daniel Jones?
You didn't just pay him. You paid him 2 years ago now, ain't it?
Yeah, they can get out of that contract.
Yep.
How many years ago on this contract?
Not enough to keep his ass.
They can get out of it this year, though.
Hey, can you hear that pitch?
Well, if that's the case, start over. And me personally, is really management too. I get rid of the ball, to be honest. I haven't been impressed with what he's been doing at all. I just think you need to do a complete makeover and start from the top. Honestly, because I don't think drafting the quarterback would just make. I mean, it might make the team a little bit better, but they need more than just the quarterback.
Yeah, they need a lot. They're gonna have to rebuild the whole offensive ball. They're gonna have to they can rebuild the line in the free agency and draft a quarterback and get another receiver in the later rounds. But I do have a quick question.
But then they didn't put a lot of money to their line too.
Bro, they don't need no more players. They can use another running back, but they got skill players.
Yeah, they need.
Well, if that's the case, then why get rid of Saquon then?
Huh?
Yeah, because if that's the case, RC, why get rid of Saquon?
I get that part, but I'm saying skill player wise, everybody outside the running back, you shouldn't got rid of Saquon, but your receivers are really nice.
They're not that far away.
They need a quarterback.
I have a quick question.
They got better skill players than Washington. I promise you that.
I feel bad for Malik Neighbors. He a full Mustang in the middle of the ghetto. It's terrible.
So with Cliff doing with Jayden Daniels, would you target him if you're the Giants organization?
Hold on, let me answer this first. See, Cliff Kingsbury is another one of these guys that I don't know if he needs to be a head coach. He's perfect where he's at, as far as just calling offensive plays, running the offense. We don't know if he can manage men. I mean, it's been shown that he hasn't, or he's pretty shaky doing it. He's had the opportunity. So, if I were him, I'd be hesitant to even leave Jayden Daniels right now. I wouldn't leave him until a job with some consistency and great ownership opened up. I just wouldn't go to any job if I was Kingsbury.
Okay. All right. The Falcons beat the Saints 26-24. We let them bombs beat us.
Oh, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Ben. I don't hear that on that parade outside.
I'm pretty sure Atlanta had a parade, and all y'all bombs picked Atlanta. I don't know.
I know a sinking ship when I see one. I just know that.
It's not. It's like, man, we beat ourselves. Atlanta didn't have a touchdown the whole game, and that tell you all you need to know. We gifted them 2 touchdowns, a fluke pick 6, and I don't know what Rasheed was doing, trying to fill a punt inside the 5-yard line. You know what Red Fox say, you bit dummy. Like, what are you doing, bro? It's just like it's the same old. And I point to Dennis Allen because it's like these mistakes are fixable. Like, these things should not be happening to this team in the worst time and worst moments to make us lose games. We always end up beating ourselves. Same with the Eagles. We end up beating ourselves. We should be 4-0 right now. But, of course, Dennis Allen can't get us through the storm when it really matters. When he got to get down and coach, I don't think he can, because he would have took out Lane Paulson Adebo, who was flagged for about 5 PIs yesterday. The main one that set the winning goal, the winning field goal. I mean, at that point, you should know that he can't cover Mooney. Mooney is a smaller, shifty receiver. So why not put in Kool-Aid on him? Why not you have Alontae Taylor out there? You got to make those changes in order to help out Paulson Adebo, and they'll target him the whole game. but Denzel Allen stuck in his ways. Like, no, let them figure it out. Let them fight through it. And it cost us.
Question.
That's just bad coaching. Go ahead.
You said something in the chat yesterday I want to ask you about. You said, Flowers, you might be right about what you said last week. I want you to elaborate on that.
What you said about him trusting Derek Carr?
Yeah, as far as trust, as far as
because Carr have the lapses where you don't know that it seemed like he's sleepwalking in the offense where he should be making plays where he should know what the defense is throwing out. He been in the league, I don't know how long, that he can't make simple changes. He can't notice that or knows a blitz coming on. And it just seemed like Cliff, Clint seems like, nah, I can't put in his hands because if he drop back too much, he gonna turn it over eventually. He gonna have a costly play. And I think Clint, he come for 49ers and they all about what, RC? Don't turn the ball over. Take care of the football.
They play too safe.
Carr, he risky sometimes.
But you know who would be perfect? I think Spencer would be better running that offense than Derek Carr because Spencer got a lot of guys that play in that offense. You can get out of the pocket and run. Sometimes when stuff breaks down, Carr gonna be back.
And I know it's about Carr. If you put pressure around his face, he's still gonna throw that thing no matter what. I seen two passes like
he may be Jimmy Garoppolo in that offense.
That's why he threw the interception against the Eagles that cost us because he didn't have to throw that. He didn't have, but he forced it, and he did. He had two passes like that yesterday when the pressure was up in his face. He leaned on his back foot and chucked it up, and luckily, it fell incomplete both times. But we not gonna win anything anytime soon with Carr or Denzel Allen. We just not. Denzel Allen, he's good on defense, but in situational moments and getting his team rowdy up to play and having that respect factor when he talks, I don't think he ever gonna have that with his guys.
But it's just crazy, man, how in 2 weeks that whole energy has changed in the city, the coaching staff. He hit you with the you got to pop out and show like, bro, that's why I tell people, man, like even with the Vikings, I follow a Viking fan. I know him. He just talking so much shit, man. Football's America, and everybody, all your favorite teams, your mama favorite team is injured, and they're gonna get their players back. Like, I don't fear the Minnesota Vikings. Nobody has played them better than us. We literally ran out of time. So when push comes to shove and you got to win when it matters, I trust the Detroit Lions. I trust the 49ers. I think I'm starting to trust the entire NFC South. I'm serious. It's now Carolina looks a lot better, but them other three teams will fight you tooth and nail. So it's a lot of football to be played, man. Just
right. And how our schedule set up, man, we need those 2 games.
Man, y'all gotta play Tampa Bay. Y'all gotta play
we still gotta play the Chiefs. We still gotta play the Chargers. Still gotta play even the Raiders.
This is a good week to play the Chiefs, even though they
no Rice.
Never play them, man. They playing with an ace in the hole with a yellow flag, bro.
So man, I just I know we probably not gonna get rid of DAs anytime soon, especially if we make the playoffs. But Carr, we have to change quarterbacks.
I think it's safe to say y'all don't make the playoffs this year. DA will be good.
Yes. If we don't make the playoffs this year, he's out of there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you these people if you don't split with Atlanta and you don't split with Tampa Bay, you won't make the playoffs.
Right.
Gotta split. Won't.
All right, the Vikings beat the Packers 31-29.
Yeah.
Most unknown, Sam Darnold, he did again. Well, the whole team did again. What you think about the Vikings? They for real?
I think they're legitimate, honestly. But I don't know, man. It's just something about quarterbacks and a good change of scenery, man. That's probably all that Sam just needed. And you know what? And I also, man, it's just the team in general. They trust Sam a lot, and all the decisions that he's been making out there. And
I think.
What's that?
Oh, I was about to say, I think the X factor, I think a lot of people not getting credit to this, is Aaron freaking Jones.
Oh, hell yeah.
Aaron freaking Jones has been, oh my goodness, been so good for the Vikings, catching the ball out of the backfield. And I know Green Bay, they love Josh Jacobs over there, but I still think Aaron Jones was a beast for them. I think that they would have missed a beat if they had either one of them guys. I feel like Aaron Jones can catch the ball better, in my opinion. So, for ours, Vikings, how impressed are you with them?
Very impressed. Man, Brian Flores is dialing up some stuff that are confusing these offenses. They're capitalizing on turnovers. Sam Darnold has found a resurrection with Coach O'Connell and company. Man, they got a lot of weapons. You gotta realize, man, Jordan Addison hadn't played the last 3 weeks. He comes back. Instant success with him on the field. Also, putting them together with Jefferson. We've been saying that offensive line is pretty good. Probably one of the better offensive lines in the league, if I'm not mistaken. But just Flores and the mixture of the offense being able to move the ball and be successful in scoring. Now, Donald, I'm hearing MVP talk, which I think is absurd. I'm not ready to cross that bridge just saying Sam Darnold is, leading MVP candidate. I'm not ready to do that. Like I say, he has a lot of talent offense that caters to what he does well. So, if anything, you can say Coach O'Connell for Coach of the Year probably right now. But that MVP talk, man, I'm not about to go that far. They'll beat the Jets overseas this week. Let's see what the schedule looks like when they get into the division. You got to realize Jordan Love came back this week. I picked the Packers, and I changed it probably about an hour or so before the game started because I seen Jair was out, and I figured, man, Jordan Love's coming back. It's probably going to be a little rusty. And I was right that first half. He shook off the rust in the second half. Started to see what Jordan Love was, what we thought, what we think he is. He came back pretty strong. But I think the Vikings are probably in the first month, probably one of the better teams in the league. Let's see what goes on as far as injuries, and let's see who they play after the Jets. And I have a better assumption after that.
All right, so how you feel about the Packers in this loss?
Well, like he said, man, they injuries early and just trying to find their groove and get back into the groove of things. They'll be fine. That's another division with 3 teams that can give you problems. With the Vikings, I'm concerned as a fan. I would be if they get home field advantage.
Yep.
Because that whole skull shit is real. You hear when they get up on you, skull. I'm like, voodoo and everybody put something on you. But I think this too, with Sam Darnold, he's supposed to be doing what he's doing. He's played a lot of football. It's time. He understands the game. I think finding the right coach, I'm not surprised by what he's doing. I was high on him. But before you get to that MVP talk, right now I think the MVP is my guy, Brock Purdy. He's lighting the league up.
I have a quick question.
You such a homer.
I have a quick question. It was really to RC. Do you think the Vikings would be 4-0 if JJ McCarthy was quarterback?
I don't think. It's crazy because I think O'Connell's a good enough coach. He will put that kid in a position to win. I think McCarthy is like Nico Collins. Like, I'm not going to judge Michigan players based off what they did at Michigan because we don't know what they are at Michigan. They be asked to do a certain role, a certain job, and they do it to the highest of their ability. So he may go there. He was a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. So, and then think about it. He was only asked to throw really on 3rd down at Michigan. And so that means he was efficient when he did play. So I think it could have been the same thing. He might be a better threat than Sam because he's uber athletic. But I think the Vikings will be still where they are because you got to think their defense is spotting them leads. It's not like they're going down and just scoring a lot of points.
Well,
the defense is giving them short fields.
Well, but Sam Darnold is throwing the balls on the rope, and they put no points.
Yeah, but he's not being asked to go. He's not on 19 play drives. He's not on 13 play drives. He's actually, getting a short field because their defense is turning the ball over. Their defense looked like the Saints defense when they went to the Super Bowl. It was a timely interception, timely fumbles, timely turnovers. So, but
I was gonna say Jordan Love didn't. Well, I didn't. To me, he had the most Brent Favre stat of the week. I mean, 32 for 54, 389, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
He really cost him the game.
Yeah,
he really cost him.
Jordan,
the Packers had a chance to win if Jordan Love. It was like I have it right here. I believe it was 6:15 left on the clock, and the Green Bay moving going downfield, and he just threw a jump ball up for a receiver and got picked off, and it was only down eight points at that time.
But Jordan Love is rusty, and Jordan Love is still injured, and so he's still trying to play through all that and find his footing. Can you imagine when they go to Minnesota, how good that game going to be? Because Green Bay understands, Detroit understands what the Vikings are doing. And so I just think for Green Bay to fight back, the teams that get blown out, the Texans got washed. The Giants got washed, the Niners and the Packers fought. And so that's what it's going to take against a Brian Flores defense is you got to get off the mat continuously because they're going to knock your ass on the ground. So I like what I see in Minnesota. I just don't like how teams lay down early after they get hit by them. Like it's just football. They blitzing everybody.
Yeah, don't turnovers get you down bad. All right, the Colts beat the Steelers 27-24. Flowers, showtime.
Impressive showing first half by my coach. Tyreek Hill just dropped a wide open touchdown pass, man. They're not doing Tyler Huntley any favors. First half of the Colts game, man. Well, first quarter, first drive, man. We come out and hit him in the mouth. I think we shocked a lot of people. I mean, it didn't shock me. I told a lot of people earlier during the week that our offensive line could block Pittsburgh. So that wasn't surprising. Anthony Richardson started off hot, 3 for 4, 71 yards. He comes out, I think he throws like a 25, 26-yard dot to Michael Pittman Jr., and he's taking off running. What I wanted to see, but he started running on the RPO. Mika Fitzpatrick hits him in his hip. I seen it when it happened. I knew he was hurt. He took a good shot, man, and it's just like Anthony gets hit in these unique spots, and he gets hurt. So he gets up. They pull him out the game. They put him back in. Steichen and company runs him, which I don't understand. So he slid. It looks so awkward. He slid. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on right there. I feel like he was trying to not take a full-on blown hit because he felt something wasn't right. But it was a hip injury, and he might miss a week. He might not. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if he missed some time because when Joe Flacco comes in, the old 39-year-old guy, Joe told you what this offense, what the offense really can be if Anthony slows down and take stuff that's underneath. Because if you watch Joe Flacco, he's scanning the field. He took some shots. Damn it, Joe's gonna take his shots down the field. I love it, But at the same time, if he doesn't see it, he's gonna check down to your running back. He's gonna take whatever's underneath. He does a great job of that, and it doesn't take him long to process these things. Anthony, like I say, he has a tendency of wanting to hold on to it and try. I think Anthony is caught up in. He wants the biggest play, intermediate, and if he has to check down, he'll do that. He needs to change. He needs to change the order. Far as if the big play is not there, look for your check down, scan for intermediates. Let me change that. He needs to look for his intermediates first. Big play if it's down the field. That's when you look off your safeties, and if it's not there, give it to your check down. But second half, I want to talk about Justin Fields. I give Pittsburgh Steelers a lot of credit with the turnovers. Mike Tomlin, hey, I know we give him shit, but that's a well-coached team because he stood in the face at halftime of the reporter and told you, we're not worried. It's just some things we need to do and clean up. and we'll be in this ball game. And look, we was up 17-0. My wife told me, look, I was excited. She walked down the hall, seen I was standing up when it was 24-27. She turned her ass back around, went in the room because she didn't know what was about to happen. So the Steelers are resilient. I just think, like you say, this is the NFL. It's time. We feel like, we needed one to get us going. Now we got another with 2-2. Pittsburgh, I'm quite sure they're grateful beyond measure to be 3-1 because now they have to go into a tough part of their schedule and they don't have to claw their way back in like in previous years. They're up ahead. Justin Fields can play. Najee Harris, disappointed in Najee Harris. Cordell Patterson, more explosive. I will say that. Cordero Patterson is more explosive, hitting the holes, and Jalen Warren and Najee Harris. Najee Harris, he needs. I don't know what he needs to do, but man, he needs to find an extra way to put a pep in his step. George Pickens, phenomenal with the fumble. Like I said, Justin Fields played a great game, man. His legs are the difference in them scoring points. Probably needs to use them a little more going on from here, but I wish Justin Fields well, man, and we'll see what the Steelers have next week when they play Dallas.
I'm glad you bring up Najee because that guy had 13 carries for 19 yards, and Cordell Patterson came in with 6 carries, 43 yards. He's very glad Cordell Patterson got hurt.
Yeah,
guys, his tail is on the bench because he can. I told you last year, he just not explosive. He just
explosive.
Send him somewhere else. Send him somewhere else.
Send him somewhere else. I see Cordell Patterson is like 35. And he
I have a quick.
So hold on. I want to hear you talk about Justin Fields, RC.
I haven't seen it before. Like you said, go through this tough gauntlet of games, and teams make him stand in that pocket and throw the football. If he consistently throw it. Like I don't want to jump on that bandwagon that soon. I'm gonna give him time. Let me see some more, man. I done just threw Daniel Jones. He just floated to the top. Then you have to fish when he get hard to throw. Hey. Just fried his ass, and I got another one I'm gonna fry for his over. What's going on?
The first half, I did tell my wife these are the kind of games Russell probably would thrive in because in that first half. And the line couldn't block. It's like Justin didn't have a great. Well, it wasn't Justin's fault, but like the offense was 3 hours behind, still in Pittsburgh. I just feel like the first half probably would have been more suitable for Russell Wilson, but the second half probably was fit more for Justin Fields because he needed to run around because his legs made the difference. I don't know if Russ could have did what Justin could have did in the first half.
But you know what I noticed about the NFL games I've been watching. Everybody, the games be if the team is blowing a team out, it's like, it just in the second half they're not playing with the same intensity. Kind of let up a little bit.
Right, they get let up.
Expecting the team to play down.
I have a question for Flowers. Like, do you feel safer with Joe being the quarterback? Because I have this theory that maybe the QBs of today are too athletic. You know what I'm saying? To see somebody like Joe, who's a pocket passer, to go out and perform the way he did, I just feel like he's a more safer choice at the moment. Cause all he had to do is really just slide. He got to learn how to slide, man, so he could avoid them hits.
The play he slid, but it was him wanting the extra 2 or 3 more yards. Mm-hmm. That would get the athletic guys in trouble, man. They're trying to get those extra 2 or 3 yards when, like I said, before Minkah Fitzpatrick came upon the tackle, he could have slid. And in my opinion, he could have slid and been fine. But he wanted that extra yard or 2, and it ended up costing him get popped in his hip. Mm. I think the offense is better with Joe. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yep.
Anthony is going through growing pains. It's as a fan, you have to sit and accept it. And grow with them and not be impatient. I remember when we played Green Bay, I came on here and told you if Joe plays in that game, we win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, Joe shows you what the offense really is. Gardner showed you what the offense can't. Well, if the passes are being thrown and put in the right places, they've shown you what this offense could be. It's just with Anthony, you cannot give up on this kid. It's only been 7-8 games. I'm not gonna give up. Just gotta grow with him. But the way he came out against Pittsburgh, I thought he was gonna have a good day. It's just unfortunate that he got hurt. But
I mean, he was 3 for 4. He was having.
Go ahead.
Good. No, I was just saying he was 3 for 4. I mean, he was playing pretty good.
I wouldn't be mad if he sit down for a few weeks and let Joe play. I would not be upset because I benefit to see it.
I do have a question. Like, why didn't the Steelers blitz Joe more? It seemed like when they blitzed him, they had a better rate of pressures on him than sitting back.
Go ahead.
You can't blitz a guy and get the ball. The football faster than your blitz, bro.
Yeah.
The pressure rate for the Steelers when they blitz him, it was 9 pressures out of 11. His completion rating was 21.2 when he wasn't blitzed. It was
a very small window.
0.2.
But listen, 21.2. All I gotta do is on the blitz. All I gotta do is complete one pass, and let's say 1 or 2 passes to get us in. I mean, if the drive ends in a kick or explosive play down the field for a touchdown, I just gotta get it off.
But I say that because the Colts O-line is very, very good, and out of 20 times they rushed, they only had 3 pressures. But when they blitzed, they were able to get 9 pressures.
The second half, the Steelers got better pressure on the offense. Joe was phenomenal on third downs, man. He was very, very phenomenal on third down. Josh Downs, like I said, the missing piece we've been waiting on. I think he had like 7 or 8 catches for 80. Michael Pittman had 100-some yards. We ain't seen that all year. We've been wanting that. JT had success. I think he got like an ankle sprain. They kept him out in the fourth quarter. That's it. The Steelers their defense. That is a great defense, man. And for us to hit them in the mouth, it just goes to show you it takes a certain kind of offensive line and a certain kind of team to be
one of the best. All right. The Broncos beat the Jets 10-9.
Yeah.
You sure you want this floor? You sure? Because you were reluctant yesterday. Oh, Bo Needs only had 60 yards. Where you were saying in the chat?
We did.
You sure you want this?
Yeah, I'll take the floor. But
So, what do you think about the Broncos' hard-fought win over the Jets?
Man, we legit have a top 5 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that defense is carrying us. And I think with us for the moment is that we really have a bunch of nobodies. You know what I'm saying? And other than P.S. Patrick Surtain, but Van Joseph, he doing that defense, our defensive justice. It's just offensively it makes no sense that because I had put in a bet and the bet was Bo would get over 18 completions. I'm like, well, shoot.
I had that one too.
I picked them over because I'm like, well, not like we're gonna run a lot, so he ain't got no choice but to throw the ball. To have just 12 completions, 60 yards total. I do think that Sean Payton just play calling it just outdated offensively. It just simply outdated. I don't think he putting Bo.
Wait a minute.
I don't think he putting Bo in the great position.
No, Bo missing a lot of throws out there.
Oh man!
Let game tell us what happened.
I think it's a little bit of Bo because Sean Payton's all about running the ball, so that's what they're doing really good. And unfortunately, they lost Tyler. I think his name Tyler. Yeah, Tyler Batty. So unfortunately, lost him. But we saw Javonte Williams come alive, and that's what Sean Payton want to do. He want to run the ball. Then he want to take care of it with play action and different.
Is he paying you this?
I'm just saying that's what he like to do. So that's normal.
Come on, bro.
He don't have he when Drew Brees. Think about when we had Drew Brees. Did we not have a good running game with Pierre Thomas, Chris Ivory? Yes, we did.
You're okay running game. You did all right. But
no, Chris Ivory, Deuce McAllister.
Your offensive guru produced 60 yards passing.
-9 passing yards at halftime.
Yeah. Bo Nix was missing passes.
Let me tell you,
in bad weather. Yes. If it wasn't for the weather, even Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have had a bad outing. But the ball was slick and he was overshooting and shorthanding some guys. But they did what they needed to do. And the Jets may have a problem. They just may have a problem.
Hey.
The D line on the defense side of the ball and the O line. Did y'all know? I didn't know this.
Hold on,
Brees
man.
Hall. Hold on. Let me tell my stat, man. Brees Hall, right? After contact, it's a negative 0.2 yards.
Goodness.
Hold on, man.
That you know how hard Brees Hall been. He been having some pretty good games. Think about that negative 0.2 after contact. So he fighting for the yard. He getting yards when he can. So the Jets O-line is not doing too good right now in the running game.
I try to tell him, man. He won't listen.
But hey, don't mean the Jets are sinking. They just having problems right now.
Man. This business model, it's like the big three business model. It's not gonna work. You can't bring in the old quarterback and expect him to save you like he used to. It didn't work back then unless it's Brady. When I look at the Jets, all that hype coming into the season, what the one problem was, I don't think they really addressed, and this is the issue I have with Robert Saleh. Just like the guy at Michigan, just like any of the disciples from Belichick, you have to create your own freaking identity. Like, you're trying to be what you were in San Francisco and bringing these guys like Javon Kinlaw and these guys can't play football no more. Like, you have to understand, man, that football is won more variety. Defense don't win championships no more. Offense does. You got to be able to score. You won 10. They won 10-9, bro. Okay, so my thing is, I haven't seen really a good game. Even the Tennessee game was hard to watch with them. Tough.
Yeah, well, it wasn't for Will Levis' red zone fumble there. Game would probably be different. But the thing is, though, man, the Jets not sticking to their running game. I'm just sorry. I know they pretty bad at it, but 10 rushes for Brees Hall for 4 yards. I mean, you gotta do better.
I just think they need to be committed to it.
Yeah, they not committed. I think he didn't have a carry in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
That's ridiculous.
They went away from the run. They go away from the running game so fast. I don't know why.
It's another thing that we need to address. Who was dumb enough to hire Nathaniel Hackett?
Same thing.
Like, that was crazy.
Aaron Rodgers. Well, Aaron Rodgers begged and cried and threw a tantrum for his boy.
I don't give a damn if he jump up and down. Like, this dude.
I don't give a he fall on the floor in the middle of the aisle kicking and screaming.
Do you realize this dude, this guy has a job after basically faking the organization. He basically lied to the Denver Broncos. So, hey, man, they're still legit.
So, Flowers, do you place this blame on the head coach, Robert Saleh?
Saleh got to take some heat, man. He got to take some heat. Look, Saleh got to take it. The management got to take it. Everybody got to take it. I don't want to just single Robert Saleh out. But if it was his idea to bring in that offensive coordinator thing, Hackett, he got to go to the block, man. He got to go to the chopping block. 14 penalties yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
But you know why he brought him in there, Flowers? Because you can't when you get to this age and stage, you're that old and set in your way. Ain't too many people can coach Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Joe Flacco's and those guys, them guys have seen a lot. And so Aaron Rodgers is opinionated, so he probably had to get the coach that can kind of coach Aaron Rodgers.
I think this is more on Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he got it anymore. I think he done for.
I don't know about that.
Man, BS.
I want to put on Aaron Rodgers.
I agree.
Get that old man out of here. He won.
I agree.
he want to be
president. I am an
Aaron Rodgers didn't cost him this game. Aaron Rodgers didn't cost him this game.
Hold on. In all fairness, we have a great pass defense with Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss, but I don't think. I mean, it's 3-4 weeks of Aaron Rodgers playing mid right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Then Wilson had a costly fumble on a drive they would have scored on in their own. So that, like I said, that fumble took points off.
Why you don't have this energy for other quarterbacks?
I don't even like Aaron Rodgers.
But I'm saying you don't give nobody. You don't give anybody.
Man, you don't like nobody.
I think Aaron Rodgers is part of the problem in a sense because of his personality.
Okay.
With him and Saleh not clicking, that's turmoil. That's a division right there. That's something that they don't need. Now,
Saleh's a swing on him.
Saleh's
a swing on his ass.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would like. Hold on, how your coach about to give you a hug and you like show the man look at him crazy? Like that's embarrassing. You did your head coach like that on national TV. Like we have few words. I would have said something, like that's just me. We'll have some words. And we go ahead, Flowers.
No, finish what you were saying. I'm just gonna follow back.
No, I was just gonna say we're gonna have some words, guys. Nobody gonna disrespect me like that.
Colin Cowherd said something earlier that made me kind of like, damn, you're right about that. He said Aaron Rodgers does a great job of when everything's going right. He's the easiest person to talk to. He's laughing. He's getting along. But when everything goes bad, he turns into a dark person. Yep. He does. He turns into a dark person. I don't
worry about that one too. Hey, I just believe at this age and stage, and then falling behind Brett Favre, he was doomed to fail. I like bro. I just feel like with the towel over his head, and then you put the you put that jet on.
So we could all agree that it was Zach Wilson's fault because he won this exact same game last year against us. Like you said, it's hard to win in New York. But we have to be honest. Like Aaron been playing. Like his play has been abysmal over these last couple weeks.
That last year in Green Bay, he looked like that.
True,
exactly.
But we have to be real here. In fairness, he did put them in a position to win the game. Still,
right? They missed the field goal. And Gary, and like I said, Gary Wilson didn't have that fumble. It would have been a different ball game because they was driving and they in the red zone.
If Ronnie Bell catches the ball against the Rams, what's my record? But my point is this: you go out and you get all these different pieces, and you got all this hype around you, and you're in New York, and you're telling people to relax, and then you come out, you get blasted the first week, and the following week is lethargic, like you said, mid, and then you get to this game against a team who has, on paper, comparable on paper. It's like you supposed to beat the dog shit out of the Denver Broncos, and what you do, you go out there and have a dog shit performance. I don't think it's coaching. I think at this point in time with the Jets, it's the very complete opposite of what the Giants got going on. They have everything we said the Giants need. They have it. Am I lying?
Coaching. It's the coach.
Look, this is gonna turn into the battle of Bill Belichick between the Jets and the Giants. I'm telling you.
If I'm Belichick,
nobody want that old man.
Belichick would do great. He wouldn't do great with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know Belichick and Aaron Rodgers would miss.
I agree with most
and be a different man when he coaches. He's telling you now, all I've been doing is sitting back and watching what everybody do, how everybody run. I'm saying, if Bill Belichick gets another job, man, he's gonna break Shula's all-time win record.
But I agree with most because I just think once you get to an age and stage in coaching, like you got these players are sensitive. They don't really take coaching the same. Belichick's style and bluntness and the way he handles things. It ain't that he can't do it, Flowers. It's can the players. They just got a PlayStation 5 in New England. Mm-hmm. So it's like, is he gonna come in and revamp his whole?
But I'm thinking Belichick. He might, if he doesn't understand, and I don't disagree with you first and foremost. I just think Bill Belichick. I think he's a smart person. I think he realizes that way of his is dead. I would hope. I just think he's smart enough to realize that.
All right. Let's move on, guys. Buccaneers beat the brakes off the Eagles 33-16. The game was over in the first quarter. It truly was. I understand AJ Green and Devontae Smith was out, but dang, you guys still gotta show up. Is Philly on fire right now? Flowers, the city's burning.
Man, what I tell you before the season started, man. Sirianni, man. It's just, I don't know what the disconnect is. I wish I could just be blunt with it. I think the players like him. He's not gonna survive if it comes down between him and Jalen Hurts. Sirianni's gone before Jalen. I just think the team resembles Nick Sirianni's personality, and it's not a good thing. When they're up, they're up. But when they're down, they're confused. They don't know what to do. And they look like a lost dog like Nick Sirianni does when they're down and he doesn't know what to do. I don't like people that boast when they're up. And then, when you give them that, when you match that energy with them, they don't know what to do. And Sirianni's just that kind of person. I understand AJ Brown's out and Devontae Smith's out. Why did you wait till the second half to get Saquon the ball? What the hell are you doing in the first half? I didn't get that. Like I say, just the continuous disconnect between company. That vaunted Eagles defense that stopped the Saints. Where was, Jordan Davis? Where were these guys? Baker Mayfield was torching them, that whole game. But Philly they're coming into an area. I understand that they didn't have their right tackle Lane Johnson too. That's another reason why I picked the Bucs. They are terrible without Lane Johnson. So come down into what's week 5 now. Eagles 2-2?
Mm-hmm. That really should be 1-3.
Man, and what crazy is like when the Buccaneers won, some fans were like, "How we lost to Denver last week?"
Because one thing Denver do and the one thing Tampa do is just y'all stop the pass well. Tampa Bay can't run the ball, so you take Evans and Godwin away. Tampa Bay struggles.
Yeah, and Philly. The thing about Philly though, they should be 1-3, and without Saquon, they might not be 1-3 because Saquon literally carrying the team on his back. And it's just a bad showing. That's what I feel like the Saints should did to the Eagles. Man, bump this. Just let Derek Carr loses a game, then we blame him. We should test that secondary out because they're young and they don't really know what's going on. And that's what the Buccaneers did. They went air ball on. They were just airing it out. Mike Evans, Darwin, Pump, the other kid, Trey. It was crazy how they just
go on the Wilson. Use a clown. You get it. Bro, I'm talking about the way we clown the Saints. We tried to. He talked about the Lions because they let him go. He talked about the Niners. He always talking just to be shut up. Like he got clowned, bro.
If the Buccaneers have a winning season, will Baker wins comeback player of the year?
Not good last year.
That'll be Sam Darnold.
I'm willing to go see.
Kyler might win it.
Bucs won 11 games, right?
Baker can't win
10. Let's say 10.
Let's say 10 or 11. Would it be fair to put Baker Mayfield in MVP consideration? I'm just
not MVP. I'm talking about
if they win the division, Baker Mayfield throws for 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, 10 picks.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
go back to the Browns.
I'm not
but not with 10 wins. Darnold is an MVP candidate, and the
Bucs
are 3. You know what I'm saying? And the Bucs are 3-1. You know what?
That's why it's not a sexy pick. But if he have those numbers and their team win the division, I'll have no problem. It's no different than Sam Darnold. Would you look at Sam Darnold that way? I mean, if you put the numbers up and his team win, it's just an award they get. It's an individual award. He put the numbers up, but I love watching the Eagles lose. I love it. I enjoy it.
They really should be 1-3, man.
Yeah,
we let them off the hook.
They Eagles need to make a future coach decision.
Man, I'll be honest with you, bro. When they played y'all it humble, that pie, going around.
But people need to understand, like
you
like
take
I
some
said,
of that too last
because our players, because we have like not known players defensively. Van Joseph is doing well. One thing he knows about is defense.
Yes.
Man, listen, I think that whole saying of these no-name defense, man, DJ Jones is mother. You know where DJ Jones came from?
It's an Ole Miss product, ain't it?
Ole Miss, we let him go. That dude was a terror in the middle of our defense with Robert Saleh. That dude can play. You got some players over there, man, that they're team guys. I'll take a group of team guys over a bunch of two talented ends that just really I'm paying a lot of money.
When I say no name, I mean like they're not like TJ Watt or like these popular, like these big popular names. That's why I say no name.
Right.
I think your coach thought he could do what he did on defense. He thought he could do it on offense. And now you get it on offense. You gotta have some names on offense.
All right. The Commanders beat the Cardinals 42-14. I still went with the Cardinals because I forgot Cliff is over there. And you talking about they Cardinals call themselves the Red Sea. I see why, because they part every time the other team run the football. They just split down the middle and get gashed. RC, people saying Jayden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC.
Like I said,
last the Commanders.
I was hating on Jayden Daniels because his legs is little. But, my fault, Jayden Daniels. I need to focus on the ball coming out your own. We all want quarterbacks to be built like Greek gods, but they're not. This kid is uber talented. And then do y'all realize he don't have the best offensive roster in the division. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine this kid in Dallas or this kid in New York with Malik Neighbors or maybe in freaking Philadelphia? He out there throwing like Lawrence good, but who else he got out there? All them other guys have bought into what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Shout out to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn left. He took a job in division. They tell you all you need to know. He knew that division wouldn't hit no nothing. He's saying ain't nobody in this division worth two dead flies. Okay. And so that team, we all been on this panel saying the Commanders just need this. They just need this one thing. They got it now. So look at
right. Look out. Flowers. How impressed are you with the Commanders so far?
I smile every time I see Jayden Daniels, man, because I had a great feeling about this kid, man. When I seen the LSU, I feel like he was gonna transfer over to the NFL. He can move around. He's accurate. I said he's quicker than. Like I told you before, he's quicker than what you think. The kid can run, but I think he has 82% pass completion accuracy within the first
82.
Best in the
first rookie ever.
I think Brady had 79% some years back.
It was 85%. Yeah, he's the first player in NFL history.
How old is Jake? About 23, 24?
I want to say he is.
Yeah.
But he's another one of these quarterbacks, played 3-4 years. He was at Arizona. Yep. Watch this. I said this earlier. Quarterbacks that go from one place to another and the talent follows them. He's another one of these kids who was at Arizona State. Man, look, Herm Melville is a hell of a recruiter. He had Ayuk, Jayden Daniels, Ricky Parashaw, all these kids in one.
N'Keal Harry,
yeah. Herm knew what he was doing. But Jayden Daniels and Kingsbury, man, I think Kingsbury might have a advantage over a lot of these defensive coordinators because, man, he got scheming these players open. Mm-hmm. These players wide open. And I got talked out of I was gonna go with Washington, but I actually got talked out of it.
Yeah, I was going with him too.
I skipped that game. I couldn't figure it out how it was gonna play out in my head. Kyler and them boys was looking good, but I forgot all about Cliff being on the other side, and he know Kyler.
I forgot. I ain't think about that. I did not think about that, and it showed too.
And yeah, it showed too. Right.
And I just want to say, I think Washington finally found a quarterback since RG3.
Hopefully, he doesn't get hurt like RG3.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
And you saw Doug Williams on the sideline, celebrating like that's his son. So that was good to see.
The funny thing, Jordan Love wears a Brett Favre jersey. He throws picks.
And have the most
Right.
Brett Favre game.
Right.
54 attempts.
Jayden Daniels wears a Doug Williams jersey. He goes out and balls.
Yeah. My mom, her one of her students is Doug Williams, grandchildren.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, man, can I get in touch with Doug Williams somehow? Get that link up. But yeah, Commanders, they looking great right now. 49ers beat the Patriots 30-13. I guess the floor is yours, RC. I mean, I was going to put the game in a 2-man drill because that wasn't even really a game. I mean, y'all playing the Patriots.
Here you go. We're playing against the Patriots. We lost to the Ramblers Rams. We lost to the Lambs last week. We didn't even have no Rams. But I think with the 49ers, man, it's funny how the media treat that injury report like versus everybody else. The league is entirely in shambles. Everybody's hurt. But it seems like with the 49ers, it's like, let's just find something wrong to talk about. Man, listen, let me tell y'all something, man. I told a guy this earlier. He sent me this whole thing on CMC. Man, y'all going to be in trouble. I said, you do not know that offense, that freaking style of offense, the Broncos, the Saints got it down. They produce 1,000-yard rushes. You need to pay attention to Jordan Mason, Jawan Jennings, Brock Purdy, Debo. That team is loaded. I think the issue, I don't want to talk about the Niners. I want to talk about the Patriots. The Patriots got one of the best cornerbacks in the entire NFL. They don't know about it. Nobody. The Gonzalez kid covers every man. He was making so many plays. It broke my heart because I was like, Lord, somebody got to go get that kid out of New England. That kid is one of the few corners who travel. Like Ayuk, he followed Ayuk like a shadow. And I just feel like in my heart, man, like it was hard to watch. The defense fought like hell just for Jacoby Brissett, who is a living punching bag. He is a crash dummy. Whatever team he goes to, he gets the living hell beat out of him. And I just hurt Gerard Mayo. You should have took a different job than this one, bro. You ain't gonna make it in New England. They just look defeated to me. You look defeated.
Yeah, I thought that was where he took the New England job. Like, sometimes you just need to change the scenery. Gerard Mayo, you've been there for so long. It's time to start over new, start over fresh, and just leave that place.
Ain't this like his first,
his first coaching job?
But what you mean change the scenery? He just started coaching.
But he didn't change the scenery.
He was on the coaching staff with Belichick.
Yeah, get out of there, man.
I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if y'all heard about Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. He got tendinitis in both. Yeah, hold on. I got a bone. The peel the 49. Y'all knew this. Y'all knew it in the off season. Y'all knew something wrong with that man. And guess what? Yeah, y'all did. Y'all did know something wrong with him. Then all of a sudden, like, we're just gonna take time and just in this
what's wrong with the pick? I mean,
God took him in fancy.
Hold on.
You cannot trust a win. Somebody tell me a 49 fan, I don't trust him. Just for that, I don't trust. I can't trust y'all, man. Y'all, I put money in this fantasy football, and I took Christian McCaffrey number 1 overall, and they knew this man would hurt.
I'm confused.
They knew, but they want to keep it hush. They want to keep it hush.
In all fairness, we don't know if they knew he had.
Yeah, they knew. You can't tell me, man. They straight knew this man would hurt.
Well, what evidence do you have on that though?
They knew in the all season training camp. They knew when they like, he's not practicing.
Yeah, but they probably didn't know he had tendinitis in both.
Bro, you can't
leagues though.
Achilles issues too, don't it?
Yeah.
So this ain't about football. This is about fantasy football.
I can't stand 49ers. I can't stand 49ers, bro. I can't stand them.
I was confused why you were mad. I said, this is a fish bone, chicken bone, dog bone, turkey bone. It's a fantasy bone. I got you.
Man, that's just crazy, man. How you
look, I got Patrick Mahomes on the trading block. Anybody need anything? Holla at me.
Yeah, hey, we told you before he told you before you drafted him.
Hey, Brock Purdy done beat him out.
Two players.
It's gonna be even worse.
I would say this though. I think the 49ers are still fine because Jordan Mason had a big game yesterday.
He's having look. You got
this hold on, RC. This it for McCaffrey.
Probably so. I think, to me personally, to have two injuries, the type of injury
tendonitis.
I really think this is the one team that, when you say a running back, 49ers went to the Super Bowl with Mostert. I mean, you got to think about it. Terrell Davis went to the Hall of Fame playing in that offense. I mean, you wouldn't have known Terrell Davis if he don't play in that offense. So they plug and play, bro. It's zone read. You run hard, you press it, and then you cut it back. That's all it is.
Dang, I knew I should took one.
Alvin Kamara do it every week. He be running real hard to the sideline, and he cut that thing back and go. Get on down. It's simple, man.
It's something about San Francisco and with running backs getting hurt.
Right.
Remember Garrison Hurts?
That's it right there.
You got to think about it. Elijah Mitchell.
Dude, Matt Breida. Matt Breida got hurt.
I'm glad Bill was such a hypocrite, getting on me about taking Jordan Mason, and he took a Niner, and I got the right guy. I picked the right guy, Flower. You see that?
All right, what swap? You ain't going to the playoffs anytime soon.
You crazy. You're not going either. You're not going. What's your record?
I'm 3-0, son.
Okay, so this is my thing. We've been here with you. You just like the 49ers. You get there, but you can't win. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Get on down.
All right. The Chiefs beat the Chargers 17-10. Rasheed Rice, they feared that he tore his ACL, was friendly fire. Actually, Patrick Mahomes, I think he threw an interception, I believe. Yep. And that would happen. Flowers, time for Taylor Swift to suit up.
They need somebody out there to go run that skinny post because they losing every damn thing.
They lose everything, man. I had a crazy stat, man. They said Rasheed Rice was 30% of the Chiefs' offense. Mm-hmm. Nobody else on the Chiefs' offense was above 15%.
Goodness.
And I have a stat too. It says Pat Mahomes is now 12-0 whenever he is down by exactly 10 points.
Yeah.
That is crazy right there.
But I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mose.
I just want to say something about that stupid play with Pat, because if it was me, I would suspend him, to be honest. Cause you just throw your head out there like you don't know how to tackle properly. You know what I'm saying? Like he went head first and he ended up hitting his own teammate.
Hey man.
Yeah. Do you make
a quick note on what happened? Rasheed Rice was supposed to be playing any damn way.
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
Well, hey,
right. Let's say he's serving his sentence anyway. You know what they
say though? Innocent till proven guilty.
He's guilty. We got him on video.
And charges against his ass. And then football guys was like, enough. And then when I watched the play, I was like,
it was crazy.
I was really pissed off. Like I went to hit the dude. Just like, man, that part. So I don't want to see nobody get hurt, but
do the Chiefs call the Dolphins?
No, Dolphins ain't gonna answer. Ain't nobody answer.
I said, hey, we know we traded Hill, but
I believe they can go out and get Antonio Brown and be really good. AB will go win a Super Bowl with it.
I don't know. Like, you missed that. Rasheed Rice 30% of the offense.
Call the Titans. Call Tennessee. What do you want for the DeAndre Hopkins? If you're smart.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's time for them to go home. It's over. Took them 50 years to win the Super Bowl.
All right, RC, you missed a stat. I said Rasheed Rice was 30% of offense. Nobody else on the offense was above 15%. So they're gonna have to really balance that thing out. We saw Kelsey get loose, but that's only because the Chargers didn't really have a linebacker to cover.
I love it.
So when they play against a team like Baltimore, I want to see now. Can they make plays?
It's crazy how we talking about this team and they undefeated. I just feel like
they've been getting
right. Listen, they can be in by the last. The Chargers. You don't understand
with the way they've been playing.
If the Chargers are healthy,
score. The Chargers had the ball on the 1 yard line. They had 4 tries.
Hold on, what was that, Flowers?
I said if the Chargers are healthy yesterday, they beat Kansas City.
Yes.
I agree.
Shoot, they would have beat them yesterday. They had 4 tries on the 1 yard line.
They had no and Rashawn Slater. They beat Kansas City yesterday.
Most. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna beat the Chiefs. The Broncos. They got their number. I'm telling you, they got their number.
Patrick Surtain and Riley Moss. We locking that up. Who you gonna pass to?
The Chiefs are going to have to go make a move. I think that is so obvious right now because they can't afford to go with what they have on their roster. Sky Moore haven't developed. Xavier Word, rookies whipped behind the ears. Juju Smith, Schuster is a zone guy. He's going to be able to sit down in the zones. Kelsey looks like he's lost a step. Offensive line is not good. You can't depend on Patrick Mahomes to throw you until another 12 wins. They need help.
And Hunt, he ran the ball good, but how can you depend on him the team to keep that up?
Yeah,
so maybe Devontae Adams. That's in division, but they're gonna need a big guy, a big target to go after.
I really don't know. Oh, my bad.
I was just saying I don't know who they're gonna trade for.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, who would you be willing to trade?
I'm telling you, DeAndre Hopkins. You have to go to Cleveland.
Amari Cooper. Ooh, that'd be nice.
I'm trying to think of other places.
Not a lot of guys that need receive.
What about the Bears?
Yeah, I would call the Bears
Keenan Allen.
About Keenan Allen or DJ Moore. I would.
DJ Moore don't look happy at all.
Yeah, I would inquire.
They gonna need it.
All right. I just wanted to say that these next 2 games will be tough because they play the Saints and the 49ers after this.
All right, we'll do a score update. What'd you say? What?
Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the Saints because you know why? They ain't shit with that voodoo.
We beating ourselves, so. We beating ourselves. Maybe the Chiefs call for IU. Is that contract friendly? Trade friendly?
They beat themselves. They sound like a man in prison. I ain't got to do with that. This is what's got going on right there. Let that be.
Come on now. All right. We'll do a score update. The Titans are beating the Dolphins 24-12. The Lions are beating the Seahawks 35-20. In a third for the Lions. Yeah, all right. If y'all new to the show, like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. Share with family and friends. Let's go into 2-minute drill, shall we? All right. The Bengals beat the Panthers 34-24. Andy Dalton actually played a great game.
Oh, hell he did.
Yeah, he did.
On to the other team, per usual.
The reason Ross Hughes dropped passes. D-line. Did you know that the Panthers had 10 missed tackles in that game?
That's believable.
10. Come on now.
I watched the game because I had an interest in my guy, Jamar Chase, finally woke the hell up.
Yep, he did. That one reporter asked that he had baby oil on, and he's like, "Come on, man, you can't be asking that kind of question."
That's nice.
All right, the Bears beat the Rams 24-18. Yeah, I thought the Rams were gonna have it, but the Bears came back.
That cost me money.
Well, DeAndre Swift went off, man. That thing he had over 100 yards.
The Rams should never win. No, how the Rams beat the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. The Texans beat the Jaguars 24-20. Old Trevor, man, they talked about today. His mechanics is bad. That's the problem. They said, "Oh, I got a stat for you. I got a stat." All right, 3 weeks of football, 10 or more yards. Trevor Lawrence is only completing 34%. No, 57%. That was in the last game. So he had he threw 16 passes over 10 yards or 57%. Over the last 3 games, he completed 15 46 passes over 10 yards at 34% completion rate. He last 3 games. So he only completing 34% over 10 yards.
Hey Ben,
Mm-hmm.
you sound like them campaigns when they be trying to point out the negative thing about the other team.
I was just, his mechanics is bad. Cause look, when they mention
Kamala Harris be cutting baby toes off. Donald Trump be falling.
Hey, so you say I'll make a good campaign manager.
And she can fly.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'll make a good campaign manager. Hey, say this. But no, for real, they mention his mechanics and they gave a good reason why his balls are selling on him. They say he's been sloppy in his technique. And they said Doug Peterson fixed that when Urban Meyer screwed him over a little bit. They said Doug Peterson went in and fixed him up. Then he started regressing back to what he used to be.
It's time, bro.
So
it's time to put his ass in the grease. I struggle so much with that because to me, Sunshine, I'm holding on to the days when he played at Clemson. He's no longer there. They beat that out of him. He looked like Daniel Jones' little brother. Instead of sunshine, he's darkness. So
gloom.
I seen an article that so like the Jazz hired Doug Peterson, to help with Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. So, but obviously, it's not working out. I mean, you think they're gonna give Doug Peterson the boot?
Oh yeah. You just paid Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, they'll get Trevor Lawrence boot too.
They lose this week against us. Oh, you might well drop his ass neck grease.
He going in there.
Both of them. Put both of them in there. All right. Last game, the Raiders beat the Browns 20-16. I was very shocked by y'all that all y'all took the Browns.
Crosby, no
Raiders. It's Deshaun. The old line's terrible.
So did the Browns win?
No, they lost.
Watson got sacked on a 4th down late in about a minute or something left. They was in the red zone. He got sacked on like a 4th and 3.
I got a video to show. I got a video to show y'all.
And you can see Deshaun Watson's not happy with them. It's always a tough spot for a quarterback, right? And then Jameis Winston got involved over on the side.
Jameis said, "Don't be yelling at the boy."
Who yelled at the offensive line?
Yeah, Jameis was yelling at somebody. I don't know who was yelling at the offensive line or yelling at somebody else, but they say Jameis Winston got involved. So I wonder if him and Watson get into it on the side.
I mean, Watson did fine yesterday, so he had every right to be mad.
Well, listen, Most. So got a new segment on the show. Who going in the hot ass grease? Watson in the grease, man. He got to go in the grease. You know why he got to go in the grease, man? You know why he got to go in the grease? You got to put him in the grease slow. You got to put all the goddamn massage oil off his body.
Yeah, I call out poor play, but he had every right to be pissed at his old line, though.
What about the past games? He hadn't been playing good either.
No, I agree, but as far as yesterday, he played fine.
Yeah, he did.
Look at his roster, Most. Look at his roster. Jared Judy. I think in my heart that Elijah Moore is a good receiver. I think that they have enough.
Yeah.
The issue with Deshaun Watson is go follow him, Most. I'm gonna give you today, Monday. Follow him for an entire week and tell me if this Negro don't post 1,000 pictures of all the luxuries that he has. He is a materialistic minded. His blessings is basically he don't know a blessing outside materialistic stuff now. He don't care about football. And he didn't care about football. That's how I knew he was about the money. He went to Cleveland instead of New Orleans and Atlanta. You could tell that was a business trip. That money that they gave you, we're going to get that money nowhere else. So my thing is, I can't feel sorry for him. I want you to turn the grease up. I want it to go all the way to the highest level.
He did.
I want to burn
but that O-line
he chose that path.
But he can't get mad. They O-line been trash for the past 4 games.
But we just got watching.
But he has been trash too, though.
But he wasn't trash yesterday. Him and Jerry Judy were the only offensive players that were actually doing it.
No, Jerome Ford had a good game.
The thing is, Most, when you pay people like that, they gotta deliver. That's just, I mean, that's just all said and done.
Right now,
I was guaranteed. I know the offensive line's jacked up,
Thank you.
You can't hold on to the ball on fourth. You got to throw the ball. Just do something. You can't hold on to it.
That's why I'm saying with the quarterbacks, when they pay you all this money, they expect you to hide some flaws till they figure something out.
No, sir.
And
wait, you're not gonna do that. That's impossible.
That's what they do to Dak. They hold Dak to the same standard. Like, hey, we pay all your money, but he had no receivers to throw to besides CeeDee Lamb.
So that's like asking Ben Simmons to shoot 1,000 threes. Right.
I mean, every team, every when they pay quarterbacks, they try to build around them. So they try to like, hey, just tough it out till we get them pieces in.
So
but the Browns O-line haven't never been as terrible. They wasn't that bad last year and the year before that. That's what it is. Like I said, they wasn't bad last year. So what was the Deshaun problem then? They weren't bad the year before that.
Hold on. Joe Flacco changed my mind about Deshaun Watson. Joe Flacco came with the same.
Right, he took him to the playoffs.
Better meal. Deshaun Watson issue is it's not. I don't love football. I think he loved the lifestyle, bro. I'm talking about he act like he never had what he got. Now
I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is yesterday you can't put that loss on him. Even though there was some plays like I agree, he should have been holding on to the ball and everything.
Guess what?
But that O-line,
but when you get paid that money, you getting blamed too.
The ones that were doing anything yesterday.
That's true. Deshaun Watson.
So he had every right to be pissed at their O-line.
But listen,
hold on,
man. But how y'all gonna tell?
Hold on, how you gonna be pissed at the O-line? But you haven't been doing nothing for 2 years.
Well, we not talking
like, what you pissed off for?
I'm talking about yesterday's game.
Yeah, he's right.
I understand what's been going on.
Man, I would have said something. Man, I couldn't be no man.
It wasn't
that
really
can't say nothing to me.
So let me ask y'all this. Hold on, Ben. Let me ask y'all this. So you think a change of scenery, if you took Deshaun Watson and put him somewhere, you think he would play better than he playing in Cleveland? Can he go? Hold on, look, can he go to Tennessee right now, as constructed, and change Tennessee's fortune?
Not Tennessee.
Okay, hold on. Can he go? Can he go to freaking Carolina and change Carolina's fortune?
Not Carolina either.
Washington.
Wait.
Washington.
If you put him in Miami.
Yes.
No. He gotta be accurate. His arm is shot.
He got comparable player skill set in Miami that he got in Cleveland. Only thing is Tyreek Hill is a unicorn. He's uniquely different. But other than that, ain't much change. My issue with Deshaun Watson, I don't think he loved the game no more. I think he's beat out of. I think public humiliation ruined Deshaun Watson. It's just like I'm here so I won't get fired. You remember when Marshawn Lynch used to say that? Mm-hmm. In the first half of games, that Cowboy game, it tells me how bad of a quarterback he's playing, how bad he's playing as a quarterback. That first half of the Cowboy game, now that I know what I know about the Cowboys, something ain't right. You dig what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Cowboys ain't
right. He made the Cowboys like the Super Bowl champions out there on the first week.
Fans thinking, "Oh snap, we here."
Yeah. That's right.
We them boys.
All right. Let's go into Stud and Dud, shall we? All right, Flowers, who your stud?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
Baker was cooking it up this past Sunday.
Mayfield looking left.
Got him.
Throwing left. Has him. It's Evans. Touchdown, Tampa.
I had to get the one on CJ. CJ was doing a lot of talking, so I had to get him on the highlight.
It's only fitting.
RC, who your stud?
It's only, man, listen. Show this highlight of George Kittle's, man. This was special.
Hold on. I got a bone, man. You being a homer. Every week you either pick a 49. He couldn't pick the 49 last week because he lost. So he waited.
I picked the 49 with the Rams.
No, when they lost, you pick them as a dud. See,
Why you
you're
my
the
business?
pick
Just
when
run
they
highlight, man.
win.
Leave me alone, man.
About anybody in the NFL as well. Pressure coming on 3rd and 10. Picked up enough to give him time to find George Kittle. Oh, amongst so many bodies, he ripped it away. Touchdown, San Francisco. George.
What a throw and what a catch.
All right, so you already watched the game, so you know what happened. You already seen that play.
You see where he put the ball, man? He put the ball over there by mama and them.
Yeah, George Kittle about to throw his back out trying to go up for that football.
He would have got that ball.
My stud is Sam Darnold.
Of course. He hooping.
Darnold 9 of 12. Blocked by Jones to the end zone and caught Jefferson. That is a touchdown. And for a second time, they have gone at the replacement of Alexander. They've gone at Corey.
That was a good throw. Corey wasn't looking. Corey was down. Yeah, Corey didn't know the ball was there. I just got a score update. Titans beat the Dolphins 31-12.
I want to say something about that game real quick.
Go ahead.
Tyler Huntley put them in a lot because I've been watching it as we've been doing the podcast. Tyler Huntley put the Dolphins in a lot of positions to win this game. And the Dolphins dropped a lot of balls. Jalen Waddle dropped some balls. Tyreek Hill dropped a wide open touchdown.
He need to be arrested for what he did, man.
Oh my goodness.
Locked up. I think they just done threw in the towel since Tua. And Mike Daniel, man.
Yeah.
Ain't
looking good.
Ain't looking good at all. All right, Mosu, you have a stud?
Derrick Henry. King Henry.
Ain't hearing out. Man, do have monster game. Monster. All right, Flowers, who your dud?
Greg the Leg Zerline.
Who?
Snap, Hennessy, hold, Morstead, 50-yarder. No good.
That's all you can do, just look away like, dang. Greg Zerline, he's kicked for the rounds, right?
That had to be one of the
Zerline used to be efficient.
Man, that game was ugly.
RC, who your
after Cam Newton came back, he won that one game. I'm back. And he loses. This is Andy Dalton's take the floor.
Man, hold on, I got a bone pick that. He did. Hold on. Look, the only reason he picked Andy Dalton because they lost, but Andy Dalton was not the reason why they lost.
Hold on. Since you don't like Cam Newton, Cam said, I'm back. You remember that? And then the next game we lose and we ain't seen him no more. Andy Dalton's headed on that same route in road. I'm guaranteed GPS gonna have his ass at home.
Do you know what Andy Dalton put up? Hold on. Do you know what Andy put up?
Here you go, another one of the political damn commercials, man. Just
what the dog you see all bushes they bean, roll the bean.
Roll it.
Hey, Andy Dalton threw the ball 40 times, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 220 yards.
Man, people in here want water. Run that damn tape, man.
That's the only reason why you picked because they lost.
Of course. I've been waiting. Go Bryce Young.
Panthers 3 for 4 on third. They bring pressure. Dalton had the ball hit as he threw, and it's intercepted. Von Bell with the pick and room to run. Bell down the sideline, shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line by Mike.
That's
the only reason I was
balance.
You picked a turnover in the first half, early in the first half, but says the person who showed me a video of Jared Goff getting hit dead in the face and expecting to throw.
Yeah, he saw the pressure come up the gut.
He saw a lot more than he saw ass whooping dead in his face. I mean, you want the man he want him to succeed through bullshit. Most.
No, man, the Panthers are playing very good right now. My dud is the Cardinals defense. I see why they call them the Red Sea.
Gifted enough to do. That's a big change in his game.
He picked up 6. Jeremy McNichols turns the corner for a first down. McNichols powering inside the 5, down the sideline, and that's going to be a Washington touchdown. What a run from Jeremy.
I've seen better tackling at Pee Wee, man.
And we drafted that guy.
No. The Cardinals had 216 the Commanders had 216 rushing yards on the day.
And guess who's coming into town? Jordan Mason.
He'll be on my ticket next week.
Most of know who you have as your dud.
Man, Jacoby Brissett, the human puncher.
Thank you, RC. Look, he did the right thing. You know you should have did, RC. You should put your little agenda, your vendetta aside and pick the right dud instead of going after a man that's been playing good.
Last time I checked, I do what I want to do. How you gonna tell me what I need to be doing? You asked me for my dud.
You had a vendetta. You made it personal. You made it personal. And you went after Andy Dalton.
I went through every team and I saw what I liked and I went with that. That's all I did.
Yeah,
Next week I'll tell you what I do.
There wasn't a lot of dudes. I give you that. There wasn't a lot of dudes.
I'm gonna pick another team's player.
You're gonna pick the Saints as soon as they lose, just for me.
Nah, bro, no.
Yeah.
I don't fool with the Saints. I don't bother them.
Randy said y'all boys like the new logo. Oh yes, dang, he love it.
Go Edmonton.
All right, guys. I got a new segment here. Let's go into if I can find it.
Oh, Canada.
Let's go into name that.
Lord, I love it. Oh
yeah. Name that fit. All right, I got a video.
Please be
it's RC boy. It's RC boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, he going down the old town road. Like Lil Nas
boyfriend. Debo rolling in his grave, man. Debo got off the bicycle and put on their clothes. The hell. What is up with
you? He don't know anything about the game or what.
He watched one episode of Walker Texas Ranger.
He tried to be was it Ranger Trebek? What's his name was?
But my thing is, why he walking like a bitch better not say nothing to me? That's how he walking.
He got them 90. He got them 90s.
He walking his person.
Hey, he got like he had. He looked like he headed to a Diddy party. To me,
listen, I'm so sick of seeing this. And then he got on bail bombs in California. It's hot as 3 hell out there, like Negro.
He got them 90 black mom jeans, bro. That's nasty.
If it's not I don't understand these players. If it's not a suit, why not just come to the game? If it's not a suit, some jeans, nice shirt, or just come into the stadium with a hoodie on with. Let's say like 49ers. We're at 49ers, some baggy.
Listen, man. I have this.
Just give me a nice hoodie and some jeans and some J's. I'm gone.
Listen, if you won't wear it broke, why wear it when you're rich?
I'm telling you.
They trying shit out. And they always, I say this about our people. If you want to try some shit out, take it to the hood. Give it to black folk. Did y'all know Ciroc was actually just regular liquor before P. Diddy bought it and put it in the video, and then it just black folks, Ciroc. It could be horrible. We're going to promote the shit out of it. What do Debo got on? Who made that? It wasn't Levi. I mean, because I'm telling you right now, man, he too big to be wearing this shit, man. Like, man, that explains a lot, man. He just didn't got tight in his back to me. His back used to be a little loose.
He walking like he was riding a bicycle without the seat on it. That's all I'm gonna say.
And the man bag don't help. What's in the bag? I gotta know what's in them bags with the players they need to carry.
I seen them saying,
is it empty or is there like a phone in there, a wallet, some keys?
Hey, it's like a tomato sandwich in there. That's a bag.
You know what's crazy? Now that you say that. That is a good question. What is it? The bag is big as hell. What's in there? Like big old jaw.
Containing clothes. What?
But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Whenever he got paid, it's almost like the Ryan Clark to Antonio Brown. He knew that he was gonna be a diva. When that dude got paid, he changed. If you go back to his rookie year, he wasn't doing all that. Debo could halfway talk. He sounded just like a little boy out of South Carolina. That's from South Carolina, the Leverett kid. He mumbled over everything, and now all of a sudden he grew his hair, and then he just walked with a purpose. He just walking like I know I look good. It's gonna be good all year though. We're gonna have a lot of good content off this.
NBA season starting up too.
Right, yes, it's starting. I have one more video to show y'all. Oh, you know, the whole Diddy ordeal came out. Everybody laying low now. Everybody act like they don't know Diddy and stuff like that. So this video surfaced of your boy, Tyler's boy, King James. I have it right here.
Hey, yo, they asking for Bronny. They asking for Bronny. Hey, go get your brother. Bronny, come here. Come here, now. Come here, man. Just show your face. Just show your face. How you feel? Come on. Your kids are on, man. Come here.
All right, so it's a longer video. So basically, trying to get Bronny to come over there dance with him, but Bronny didn't want to come. See, that's why I like Bronny. I can deal with Bronny. See, he knows foolishness.
Two things. LeBron sitting up there looking like the Black Paul Bunyan, and then what? He didn't look old as shit when he let his shit grow like he grow. I'm looking at him like, damn, dude, like he looked like a totally different man with all that grow. I did not know he was. He is actually dipping his whole soul into that black shit, putting on his head and face because he actually looks younger than that picture. I forget how COVID made us all have to stay inside, but it's amazing, bro. That's crazy. And his kids look like they were dancing like puppets.
It's just weird, like they all dance like as a grown man ain't dancing in no on FaceTime with other grown men in the video.
Man, playing music over a group that you own, like, cause he owned everybody, pretty much owned everybody music that was with the band. Like, what happened to Total?
They told it out.
Told it all.
Yeah, he told them out.
Keisha and Pam, they gone.
Oh my goodness, man.
But you
Bronny
know what,
made a smart decision.
P. Diddy, this whole P. Diddy situation, man. It is funny, but it ain't. You really think about how many people that's been private lives has been ever changed. Diddy look like my 55-year-old cousin who still thinks he's 1996. Yeah. It's sad, bro. It's funny, but it ain't. It's sad because a lot of sexual assault has happened to a lot of people.
You know what?
They have to live through that. It's tough.
But I'm gonna be honest. Even before this news, I never liked the dude. I mean, he other than Suge Knight, I think he had the worst label. Like everybody on his label either passed away, their life, they almost passed away, they left and they were never heard of, or very rarely they leave on their own accord. You know what I'm saying? Like he left all his artists broke. Craig Mack was broke when he passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that group, you don't hear from them. You know
I got
what I'm saying?
playlists though, but it's crazy how the playlist, a R. Kelly playlist and a P. Diddy playlist, you can play the music for hours. I mean, it's just amazing how talented they were and how screwed up they were all in the same breath.
It sounds like the most talented people are the screwed up ones.
Man, listen.
You know what?
You sound like you do another political commercial there, son.
Well, who needs to get, or will they get in trouble? Because, in my honest opinion, Diddy is a middleman. There's higher ups that are involved in this that need to be in trouble, but the question will be, how far does this get?
Not far.
I think, man, we gotta understand. for a long time, at least back then, people act like these celebrities are just perfect.
Yeah, they treat them like gods. That's the problem.
And perfect. And I'm like, man, these are regular people. To most point, you don't want to hear from Maze recently. Man, even Maze, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that was on Bad Boy, like something like it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Even some of my favorite, like even people like the Lot. See, here's the thing: some artists left and end up doing better, like the Lots. Shine, who was one of my favorite, he gets blamed for the shooting in the nightclub, and he gets deported. And the only reason he back here is because he's now a political figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, even before all of this, when you look at the background and you look at the history of things, you gotta say to yourself, like, man, this dude ain't right. It just ain't. It ain't.
In my heart, now knowing everything that I do, that I have knowledgeable of, it goes back to all this stuff goes all the way back to Quad Studios with Pac. And it just goes on from there. Like he made Pac and Biggie enemies. It was money in it, and Suge Knight made money off of it too. But Pac was easy. He was a wild card, man. So yeah, man, whatever he gets, he deserves. But when you play God, the real one show up.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. And we gotta make sure, just treat these people normal, man. Even some of my favorite, like, we talk about LeBron and how great.
I'm glad you said that, brother. Because that's all we be trying to get Ben to understand about Sean Payton. You got to treat him like a normal.
Come on now. They tried to get him for bounty, but they couldn't pin on my dog. Right. They couldn't pin on him.
Out there trying to purposely put players on the stretcher.
That's fake news, man.
Yeah, that's why Brent's shaking right now. He still have dreams about that game.
That's why he got Parkinson. Yep, that's crazy.
But yeah,
all right, guys, thank y'all for
normal.
Right, yes, indeed, and like, don't dismiss when you hear stuff, especially about now Jay-Z and. Nobody ain't heard from Jay-Z. He laying low. Like, don't put these people on don't. What you say, Flowers?
I said nobody's. No, not just Jay-Z. Nobody's talking.
Right.
Because let me say this and then you can end it. You would think somebody would come out and be an advocate against sexual assault, trafficking, and all this, but nobody has came out to even take that stance. People.
Hey, the only one that's speaking out is Jaguar Wright.
Sometimes, man, she crazy, but sometimes silence be the loudest in the room.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like with these celebrities, don't put these things past them. Cause you don't know these people. Just watch it unfold, and you take what you the evidence that you get from it. And that's my problem. Like with these players, they like. Oh, that's my favorite player. I ride, die for him. Like, that's my team. Like, you don't know these people. They don't even know you. They probably won't give you a time of day.
Look how some people talk about when we talk about LeBron. Like, I love
LeBron. Right? Yeah, get threats.
But let's be honest. We heard stories about him. Possibly doing things with other women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 20 plus years in the NBA. I mean, he's a man just like us. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he'll do that.
Steroid use is in the picture. Yep. LeBron is a sports addict just like we are. He knows everything about where he want to position himself, and you do that with longevity. He's smart, and I just feel like with all celebrities, always, if you hear a rumor pop out there, it ain't just a rumor. It's some facts to it. I'm gonna say this. When the gambling rumors started coming out about Michael Jordan, look at it now. We fast forward. It was all in play, and it was deeper.
And now people realize he got a gambling problem, at least back then. Well, he probably still do, but
they glorify it now. It's glorified. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happened. Like they look like Michael Jordan like killed people. They're like, oh, he gambling, he got addiction. They're like going. It was like a news story every day about his gambling problem. Like, yo, it's his money.
Wait, apparently that was probably what some say. That's the main reason why the NBA kind of forced them out, because the gambling got so bad. Now I don't know if that's really true.
When you think about a drug dealer coming out and saying that, you know, Mike paid a drug dealer, he was a gambling debt. Yeah, Mike had a problem. And just like Barkley has a problem. And so, but I understand that this is the reason why people love celebrities. And this is what changed my outlook on celebrities. They love celebrities because they feel like they're heroes. And so they're like something to someone to look up to. But man, the higher you put them up, the more they're gonna let you down.
And honestly, the ones that are honest, they treat them like crap. I never forgive what the media did to people like Amy Winehouse.
And Russell Wilson.
And people like Russell as well. Like these are good people, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
they good people most. They good people.
Hey, look, Russ just be, you know, Amazing Grace every Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
You know they say about folks they look good on Sunday. A devil.
You sitting there right now drinking. Russ will be drinking some orange juice, but you drinking sweet tea. You're Russell Wilson, man.
Nah, I'm not Russell.
Your name is
not the same.
But you know, we just man, just treat these people human, man. We gotta understand like, these are regular people, and I do think we gotta, you know, be careful sometimes with the criticism, because sometimes if it has nothing to do with the sport or music or whatever it is, like, it becomes personal.
Shannon Sharp catches a lot of flack. He do talk a lot, but man, when they start attaching a man's sexuality and all that kind of craziness.
He ain't been right with me ever since he did that dumb shit a few weeks ago.
Yeah, what he did to you talking about
that wasn't right at all. But
what he did to Chad, and then the next day after
he checked Chad on air. Yeah,
he told Chad that he was unprofessional, and then that happens. You know,
I would have left the show. I was like, all right, I'm a professional. All right,
let's be honest though. Why? But at the same time, I feel like it's wrong for people to be saying false things about him and his sexuality. That's messed up. We all know that man. That man is 50-some years old from the rural South.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I said we can have a conversation about that. I'm not trying to keep legs, but this is the same man that said he ate bull dick when he was little.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a.
Hey, look, he look like RG3 with that sub sandwich.
This is why I have a problem with it, and he make a great point. Shannon Sharp played in the NFL for X amount of years. All that people didn't start accusing him of being a gay man until he got into the media and the gossip space. But I don't think he's gay. I think the problem with us as people is when someone do something differently than we do. We have to be very careful because I think I had to learn about. There are gay people who are tied to who are actually gay, and then there are people who tie themselves to benefit off of it. And I think what Shannon Sharp was what he was saying. I listened to it. I think what he was saying was it's unfair to label me something because I don't date the women you think I should date or dress the way you think I should dress. Because Kev, you dress the same way.
I do want to
gay lady.
Were you about to say flowers?
I want to counter you because I just feel like Shannon Sharp is trying too hard to prove that he's not gay. And I'm not saying if he is or isn't. I'm just saying if you're not, don't try to convince us that you're not.
This is why you need to think about it like this. He come from an era where it was frowned upon. So back in, I'm gonna use me for instance.
Well, it's different. I think.
Hold on, coming up. If someone called me gay or called me a bitch or disrespecting my mom, that's the jump off. Okay? You're in media, your comments, if you're not a gay man, you're triggered. First of all, Kevin Durant, Shannon Sharp, and others, they get in their comments and they argue with people. He's not just defending his sexuality. He's saying, bro, y'all at my man who why now? Until Cat Williams sit on that couch, he never heard it.
I don't disagree with you. Let me say this. I don't disagree with you, C, but the reason I said what I said, his style is right. The one that he was at the Lakers games with. Why? Okay, if you're not gay, why stop going to the game with him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be his nephew or something, a cousin or something like that.
If that's your cousin, nephew. Okay, but what I'm saying, if that's your cousin, nephew, it's just because somebody say something, you don't have to stop going to the game with them. That makes people think more. And then that person that you say is your cousin or nephew, they're posting subliminal messages on Instagram and stuff, trying to make it like you're lying. Okay. And another thing, go ahead.
But check this out. Even if he was real like that, what's the issue?
No, there's no.
He's making.
I'm not saying y'all have an issue with it, but I'm just saying in the general population, like even if he's like that, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody business.
But Mo,
you know what I'm saying?
Mo, check this out though. I'm with you on that because I think with it being more accepted now, he would be out with it. It's nothing to lose in it. I think that the issue with it is you got a man that's been a man longer than he's been anything else. And now that's what black, bro, listen, be real now. Y'all be honest with me. When black people want to discredit you, devalue you, ruin you, they go after your sexuality, they go after your status, they go after your family, especially in religion. Like,
they respect your name.
Why do we criticize and go that low with one another? Because
I don't disagree with you, see, but I will say this. People just don't call people gay just to call them gay.
But you look why they call him gay. It's because of the way he dressed. Listen, bro.
Well,
I don't know about that.
It's his mannerism.
That was like the way he dressed was the second or third time they were calling him that. They started calling him gay.
Do you think Debo Samuel's gay? Do you think Debo Samuel's gay? If you look at the way Debo Samuel's dressing now compared to how he used to dress with the big purse, you seeing Ryan Williams at Alabama painting his fingernail. You seeing Caleb Williams. This is a different. You merging a man from the 60s. He probably was born in the 60s, maybe. And you saying you bringing him into this era, and he's one of them men that's trying to keep up with the style. Because I went from the baggy clothes to the fitted clothes.
I disagree because he'll be held as a champion if all the allegations was true, because how they accept homosexuality.
You don't need no trophy because of that.
They black women be protecting the gay men now. It just in the comments and everything like that.
I think as men we fail to understand, because I'm gonna speak on me. I'm gonna speak from my own personal experience. My failure when it came to gay and lesbian, it's been around me in my family, girls that I coached. I don't have a gay male friend that I know of. I don't see the point of me hanging with a gay man, going to a gay bar and hanging out. It just don't make sense for me because that's not who I am, and I don't agree with the lifestyle. But I wouldn't dare, because a man decides he want to wear a fitted suit or where he works out and clothes fit him a certain way, and he has replaced his hips and he stands a certain way, it automatically make him gay. The issue is, it's not that they calling him gay. It's now that it's a weapon. You want to bring certain black men down. You notice how Dwayne Wade does all the stuff, but it's because he's supporting his kids. It's been a great day. Shannon Sharp has nothing to gain or lose when it comes to being gay. Like, he's not gonna lose nothing if he comes out and says he's gay. My issue is why is that always just like gang violence? We want to tie ourselves to violence when we want to seem, deemed to be tough or appear a certain way, but that's demeaning and devaluing our culture. Why do we use gay as a whipping board to bring a man down? Because it don't take but one person to say it, and then it goes.
I just don't think that battle is relevant as it used to be.
Yeah, I think it's way more open and
but you have to
like they got RuPaul drag show. Like
hold on.
They got drag shows all over the place. They had drag shows, Brewski. So I don't think
that's different. And Ru been doing that since the 80s. And not only that, I have.
But I'm saying it's more acceptable and open when it wasn't acceptable back 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, but That's
been around.
You don't have to hide it. Like, it's more and more people coming out. They either actors or actors that say on trans fluid, on trans all the other terms and stuff. Exactly.
I don't need to know.
So why he's so open?
Check this out. I don't need to know the woman or women y'all sleep with. That has nothing to do with. I don't need to know that.
Well, that's the part of celebrity lifestyle. They tell that stuff.
Y'all ever met a dude who tries too hard to be, I guess, gangster? Yeah, like, I sleep with these many. Oh, I do this, that. I sleep with these many women. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying so hard, man?
But see, I had to learn this.
That's what Claude's saying. Why he tries so hard to?
I don't think he trying hard, bro. Listen, he tried.
I just feel like he don't have to try so hard to convince something that he
right. If something is why you gotta continue to? If you know it's not true, then
don't entertain.
What you look? Yeah, because you never look. When you ever shut up, it don't matter what you do. People gonna have an opinion about you, and they gonna stick to it. They gonna make jokes, crack jokes. It don't matter. It don't matter what you do.
But we have to.
But hold on,
I'm for it. Like, are you
got RC?
People gonna say the same thing about LeBron, right?
If this show takes off and people get to know Flowers, they get to know Most, they get to know me, and they get to know you, and they want to depict you being a certain type of black man, and you know that's not who you are. You may say in your mind and your heart, you may be better at controlling your emotions and ignoring the shit. Some people don't. They want to defend their honor and say, hey, man, that's not who I am, to no avail. I don't know why Kevin Durant has burner phones. But
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. You got millions and billions of people saying you're something. If you're not good at controlling, because listen, he has imperfections. He's not perfect. So him defending himself as a man, I never heard him defend it. I heard him say this though on the show. He said,
but I'm saying is you cannot beat these people. You cannot beat internet trolls. So why
hold on, Ben? But check this out, Ben. There's some people. Of course, I'm not talking about y'all, but there's people that will call a straight man gay, and he's not like that, and that could mess him up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna mess you. Hold on. No. That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
When you do not. You're
gay.
Right. That's a lie. They even call The Rock gay. Like, they make everything. That's what I'm saying. You cannot beat these people. People on the internet are undefeated. They're gonna say wherever and whenever they can online, and you just gonna have to separate yourself.
That's true, but these are celebrities.
You're gonna kill yourself. You literally gonna kill yourself trying to prove people wrong on the internet that you never gonna see.
But check this out though. There was a situation where you had a trans woman say that she slept with Chingy, just for her to come out and say, oh, well, that was a lie. And that kind of messed his career up, because back then it messed up his money. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when stuff like that comes out, your friends probably don't want to mess with you. Your family don't want to mess with you. All I'm saying is that it's not that easy sometimes, especially when you ain't got the status of money. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Mose. So how is it that this man played that many years in the NFL, and now all of a sudden because you know why? He's in a messy media space, and he's in an arena, the same arena that Wendy Williams was in and others. So he talk a lot of shit about people, and now they talking shit about him. See what I'm saying? So it's almost like, okay, reaping what you sow in a sense. Because Wendy Williams used to talk about people's relationships and what they need to do better, and then look how it turned out for her. So if I want to take a man down in the industry, look how they're going at the P. Diddy. Look, it's a running joke that he's doing the stuff, but it's sexual assault. It's really unhumane, but it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny, right? So watch this. Who want to be connected? You think Kobe Bryant was in P. Diddy's house?
Yep.
So I have a question.
What Kobe Bryant did and didn't do? You look at Kobe Bryant different because he was around P. Diddy?
I have a question though. So what would you do?
Answer that before you answer that.
What?
Knowing that Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and you name it was that going.
Was it the party or the after party or the after party?
Right. Well, they're far from being there. If they knew what kind of Diddy, if they knew the reputation, if if it's just like if I was hanging out with somebody that was in some like drug dealer or some type of business, and I was always hanging out with a person, I'd be tied to a person just because of association. So they probably knew what kind of DD parties he threw, and they went there. And now with these videos coming out, they being tied. That's just how it is. If you associate with somebody, they're gonna tie you to wherever they're doing. But my question is like, all right, we'll say that RC, people are coming at you and calling you names and saying this and that about you. How would you go about trying to defend your name and trying to, clear all accusations?
Okay, this first thing in this hypothetical is bullshit because I don't know how I would handle it. I've never been famous. I don't want to be famous because guess what? Having 90 million or billion people comment on me in my life, that's probably hard to deal with mentally. If you had people critiquing you, I'm talking about your entire situation, your life, the way you look, everything. You cannot handle that. You cannot handle that. I got a friend that went viral. Tyrese shared his status and promoted and pushed it. And then people created fake pages with talking about his wife, talking about his kid. His kid was born premature. Just talked about this man's entire family. And guess what? It affected him. It was traumatizing. That's too many people have an opinion about Ben's house.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, would you like, I'm saying like if they were on your pages, would you block? Would you make it private, or would you just start responding? Or
you can't block. Listen, bro,
you can't block the world.
You can block the comments.
That's what I'm saying. Block the comments. Block. Would you make your page private so you won't respond to DMs and say everything to private?
But I tell y'all right now.
What you say, Flowers?
2 words.
What's that?
Kawhi Leonard.
Right. You can get off social media. So that's what I think. That's why they talk about bullying with kids, because they stay on social media. And I know you want to be a part of that world, but
this is their thing.
That's a bullying type situation where they come after you and your family constantly on social media. And that's probably when you have to just play it off.
But it ain't about the famous status though. I know what it feels like to be accused of something and you not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And how I fix it, I'm willing to die on what I stand for.
I hear you.
That's just how I am. That's how I chose to deal with that situation.
In today's world, I feel like that how people are, especially with internet, that it's impossible to cover the entire internet. It's impossible to cover the space. I think they'll be draining. I think that's too much effort putting into something. Now, if you come to my face, we can address it, but I can't control what people post, what people say. That's too much information going back and forth.
I agree with y'all with y'all saying on that. I just feel like they coming at bro wrong.
That's what I'm saying. I like at that point, the best thing Shannon can do is just block and say, "Hey, anybody say this or that, kick you off the chat. Don't do this." There's no way that you can defeat
I don't
stuff that put online. You can't take down memes. What? You can't take down videos. You can report them, but people are freaking monsters on the internet, man.
Yeah,
they will try to destroy who you are. So it's just like, if 5,000 people thinking the same thing, how you go about trying to control all that, trying to bring it all in?
You can't control how people think. People gonna think what they want to think.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I don't disagree with what anybody's saying, but talking about Shannon Sharp, he lost me with that leaked video of him trying to prove his manhood.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where he lost me at, because for somebody that's so buttoned up and betray himself to carry himself a particular way, this shouldn't be affecting you. But that's all I'm saying. And like RC, like you talk about people like the old school ways. Like I look at my father-in-law, he don't give a damn about what somebody got to say about him. Right. My father, Roy Flowers, may he rest in peace. He wouldn't give a damn what anybody had to say about him.
Yeah.
So I go off of that as far as the old school. I just feel like somebody
but flowers
and stuff like that.
It's just hard, guys. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of negative energy.
Yeah, but what happens if it ain't? But what happens if it's not a gay rumor? What happens if it's something worse?
No I want you to hear this. I get that with your dad and your father-in-law, but Shannon Sharp been in that world a long time.
That makes it even worse, see, because he ought to know how this shit works.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even though we say he button up, like we just talked about, we don't know celebrities. We don't know these people. They be putting on front like this. Yeah. I know, dude. I thought that he could handle. I thought that guy could handle this stuff. I thought he was built for. They be putting on a facade. He really a marshmallow, dude. Listen, Shannon Sharp be talking shit by everybody and doing his thing. But now that the table is turned, I don't care what nobody say. When he set that man in that building, his life changed because this man built your whole show was built off of dissing and disrespecting other people, and he laughed. And now it's just your turn. Okay, that's
you put out negative energy, man. That's gonna come back on. It just
I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's a combination of a lot of stuff.
Negative energy, yeah, man. It just
because they call
people
him ugly. They call him ugly. They're making fun of the way his legs.
That's
come on, dude.
I mean, let's be honest here. See, before even Shannon Sharp had his second coming to fame, when he was on NFL Today and stuff, people used to talk about how he used to talk.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, cotton mouth.
What I'm saying, dude, do y'all realize?
That's been second test.
I think what I'm saying is, do y'all realize that culturally, that's the way we devalue and discredit our people? Yeah. We do that. That's the only way we know how to communicate.
Wait,
hold on, RC. It kind of had nothing to do with our people because people on the internet are ruthless.
No, hey, I'll tell you for a fact. You know who gave me the most crap about my dark skin?
Black people.
Yes.
But this is most. How I know. You ever heard of a rapper named D1?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you get in D1 comment, it ain't number us. You know, you crazy, you right, you wrong, you this, you did. I'm not saying that other races don't do it. I can only speak from a perspective. My issue with Shannon Sharp is them guys got it right. They spot on. Why are you so adamant? But you created the environment that you in. It's kind of like when you see one of our rappers get murdered but the environment was created by them. Like kind of like with Malcolm X. It's easy to kill a Malcolm X when he so-called beefing with the Muslims, but really we're gonna kill you anyway. But they created the environment. The environment was set and the tone was set by him gossiping about other people. You didn't even need that. Like it was funny when they were talking about everybody else. Now they're talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
It's not funny when the rapper got the gun.
Look, but I would say that's kind of different because I mean the only thing Shannon is facing is just gay jokes. And
he's facing all types of stuff. He ugly.
They coming at that dude.
Well, but I'm saying the gay jokes is just he hates that the most because he's like, man, you know that's not like that. Now I agree, like you doing too much to show your how masculine you are. You doing too much with that. But at the same time, I can understand why sometimes the same joke get tired. For so long.
But I heard him. I heard him sit up and talk about it. He said, "Man, I wasn't gay until I had a conversation with this certain person. I wasn't gay until I got into a world. He entered a world that you cannot. He put it out there, dude. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'll be lying if I say I didn't think about it because
me too.
It's certain things he was doing. I'm like, it just don't." Most
the energy off. Like
if you're not gay, it's certain things you're not gonna do. Just like if you're not straight, it's certain things you're not gonna do. If you don't like milk, you're not drinking milk. And so he was just blurring them lines. But I just feel like for us as a culturally as a people, we need to stop using it as a weapon because it's actually someone's lifestyle. It's a button joke until it's in your family. Flowers has a son that's growing up. You have sons in your house. I have a daughter. If my kids decide that that's what they want to do one day, it's gonna be hard for me. But I'm gonna still be there for my kid. You understand? So he got children too. You know, he got a son that got to hear this.
I know he did.
Look,
he had no kids.
All I gotta say, don't be like Boosie. Don't be like him out here. I'm dead serious.
That's another story.
All right, guys. That's better. Look. We drop some nuggets for content creators out there, podcast hosts, entertainers. You know, man, people gonna say they talk their itch, man.
Don't entertain
don't entertain them.
Negativity. It will turn on you. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys, we'll be back. Who played Thursday? We might be back Thursday. Who played
somebody?
Thursday?
Sorry,
somebody. Bucks.
Nobody.
Okay.
Hey, nobody be watching
Bucks
the
and who?
team.
Bucks Falcons. I want to say
that's gonna be a good game.
Oh, I might want to watch that. We might not be back Thursday.
That's a good game. That's a good game right there.
Yeah, we might not be back Thursday. I want to watch that. All right, guys, we'll be back next week. We'll put out some content and stuff, and we'll see y'all then. Thanks for joining us. Same time, same channel. We out of here.